Hello, everyone. Welcome to a blockbuster year 1985. Tonight, we're setting things ablaze. We're talking St. Elmo's Fire. Let's pop in the tape.
I don't know what it says about you or me, but I was expecting you to say pop in the Scott on tape. I don't know why.
Oh. Missed opportunity.
I don't know about that.
Pop in the Scott on tape.
Pop in with Scott on tape.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being
Hi,
here.
Brandon.
Jay, how are you? Welcome back for another week.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Yes. You know what's funny is it seems like the time between these shows gets shorter and shorter. I feel like we just
totally
did
agree.
this. And yet, it has been a whole another week. So life's good. I'm one step closer to being able to drive yellow car up to Astoria. We found a transmission in NorCal, so now it's a matter of paying for it, going to get it. But I can go get it and bring it home in a day. And
That's
so
great.
everything's still on schedule for the trip. So good week.
Yeah.
And then I'm wearing my Late Show shirt because this is the last week of the Late Show in the U.S.
That's
as we
right.
know it.
Stephen Colbert, last week of the
Next
late
morning,
show.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Letterman guy myself, obviously, as you guys know, but like the show started in '93 with Letterman, so I'm still supportive.
I loved Stephen and Letterman throwing stuff off the roof. I think that was last week. So great.
Yeah,
Such a great
it
bit.
just brings me back to my childhood. Yeah, absolutely. In the '80s, in 1985, watching Letterman throw stuff
Exactly.
off the roof.
We have
me.
a very special guest tonight. I'm excited to have him on the show. He is a fellow Canadian over on the East Coast, representing Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott on Tape is here with us.
Woo!
Welcome
What's
to the
up,
show,
guys?
Scott.
Good to see you guys. Haven't seen you guys since March
Yes.
6th. Was it the 6th of March? It was
The Adam
Yes,
the Woo
Adam
memorial.
celebration. Yeah.
March 8th, maybe.
where I met you both.
Yes,
both.
for the
Hung
first
out.
time. Yeah.
And then, Jay, you were the
Dude,
last
we-
person I saw. Did we what?
Yeah. I was literally getting into Yellow Car to drive away, and Scott
Right.
came over and he's like, I know you. And I was like, I know you. And we went to follow each other, and we already followed each other. It was like a weird
Yeah.
thing. So
I recognized
I guess
your
I've seen
car.
you on the internet.
Yeah, I recognized your car, and your car scared the hell out of me when it started up because there's a couple of spots down from where I was, and I was like, "What is that?" Because there was nobody left, right? It was just you, me, and a few other people, and then I was like, "What is it?" And then I looked over and was like, "That guy looks familiar. That car, I know that car." And then I went over.
And I
to
got
you.
the, yeah. No, that was weird because I was having the exact same experience from the other perspective without the car scaring me, obviously. But I was like, I know that guy, and I just chalked it up to, he's one of Adam's friends. So
Right,
of course I've met him someplace. Just because that's how Brandon and the rest of our clique seems to have met. Everyone is somehow, connected to Adam.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a crazy day. I mean, it was so sweet and sour. But what a cool, way to meet you. It's real, I guess, if you meet at your friend's memorial.
I can see the comments. Hi, Billy. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Flo. Hi, Donna. All these people watching. Nice.
Yeah. We'll get. Gannon Appleby is here.
Nice.
On the Go with Flo is here. Video
On the
Power
Go.
Gaming, always
On the
here.
Go.
Thank you for watching. Brian Stidham is here. What do we got? Corinne Watkins. Is that? They're
Corinne
smaller on my
Watkins.
screen.
I know Corinne.
There's a handful of names I don't recognize that must have come
Yeah.
over with Scott.
They must
Yeah.
have been following the tape.
might be.
Vicky Hubbard is here. Who else we got? What's this one? What's Next Adventures? Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Oh, before you,
Yeah.
and also I know. Drew in the moment. We know Drew, but
Drew
Flo
in
is
the
my
moment,
right.
yes.
Drew is my Flo is my right hand man, so to speak, on the East Coast. She helps me with a lot of filming. She's awesome. X5 podcast.
Oh, wow.
They don't really count for anything. I just want to give them a shout out. They're in Alabama, so they're on dial up and probably watching on a black and white TV. That's all they have down there. But
I see his joke there. We will not be answering any Survivor questions, and we will not be addressing any Survivor comments. Sorry.
So they're about 5 minutes behind because, like I said, they're on 56K dial-up. It's Alabama. What can you do?
They're happy to be on the web.
Charlie. Don't come for me, Charlie. I will drive down there. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. Let's get started because I think there's a lot to talk about tonight. This is a very dense movie. St. Elmo's Fire. Now, when I put the list out to you, Scott, you came back with St. Elmo's Fire as your only option very quickly, and I gather that it's an important movie to you. I believe it is a favorite of yours. Am I right?
Yes, it is probably. I mean, I remember the sheet you gave me, like with all the different movies, and I zeroed in. And as soon as I saw St. Elmo's Fire, it's like there's no other movie I could begin to talk about as much as St. Elmo's Fire. And when I was out last night with one of my oldest friends in the world, like dearest oldest friends, and I told him what I was doing tonight. And he goes, "What's the subject?" And I said, "St. Elmo's Fire," and he said, "Oh God, you?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You gonna talk about your birthday?" I said, "Yeah, I will. I'll talk about that." Yeah, like everybody that knows me, like in real life knows that St. Elmo's Fire was a pretty big movie for me as a kid and all through life.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's in my top 5.
Yeah. Would you? I mean, you alluded to it. Maybe you'll tell the story a little bit later. But would you say it's probably one of the movies you've seen the most? Then
100%. I've seen it over. I've seen it. The movie I've seen the most would be Reality Bites.
Okay.
I've seen that over. I've seen that over 100 times. I would say St. Elmo's Fire. I've seen at least 40 to 50.
Wow.
Maybe more. Not joking. Reality Bites. I had a bet with the girl I was dating at the time that I couldn't watch it every day in the summer of '95, and I did. I put it on every morning and watched it, and I got to tell Ben Stiller that in person, which was really cool. He was freaked out and also impressed. Yeah, he was like, "Whoa, wow!" And but St. Elmo's Fire. Sorry,
was it summer of? I remember that summer too when it came out. In my mind, it was summer of '94. Are you sure it was '95?
Yeah, it came out in
'95.
It came out in '94,
okay.
But 90. Yeah, it came out in February '94.
Home video.
VHS.
Oh, got it.
VHS
got it.
Was like around June, and then it was the next summer.
It was a pivotal summer for me.
Yeah, the '95, and then but the soundtrack. But St. Elmo's Fire, I was a lot younger than the protagonist than the main characters, but we'll get into why I love it. But I started around the age of 18. I said I'm going to watch this movie every day on my birthday.
Yeah.
So I watched it every day for about 22 years on my birthday. And on my 30th birthday, which is only a year ago, I was given another girl I was meeting at the time separately. She gave me.
Well, you watch St. Elmo's Fire so much, maybe you are dating 2 girls at the same time.
I know.
I'm Billy Hicks, right?
Yeah.
So I wish she gave me a DVD player with St. Elmo's Fire because she knew, and so we watched the DVD. And soon afterwards, we broke up, but I kept the DVD player. So
yeah.
I would imagine if I saw this movie at like 7 or 8, it probably would have left a different impression in me because this is like adult problems these kids are dealing with, yet they still kind of look like kids. Yeah, okay, yeah. I get it.
Yeah,
that's a good point. I'm looking at it from the other perspective now, and I'm like, I don't relate to anything.
I'm too old. It's an adult movie, like not in the terms of adult movie, like dirty. Like it's made for. It's the same year as The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Half the cast,
but
completely different.
Well, and that's a really interesting point because so this is the first time I'd ever seen St. Elmo's Fire for the show. I'd never gotten around to it.
Really?
Same.
Okay, I gotta hear that.
Yep.
But The Breakfast Club is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I always thought that the cast, the gang in St. Elmo's Fire, I always thought that they were high schoolers. So the first,
me too.
The first 10 seconds of the movie that
Pretty in
they're
Pink,
walking.
It was like we were led up to believe
yes,
that.
Exactly. the whole opening scene of them walking with their cap and gowns, I was like, okay, they've graduated high school. Right. And then it took me a second to realize, like, oh my God, no, this is Georgetown University. They're graduating university. So we're saying at least 4 years, if not more, post high school. And yes, they're adults. They're young adults. They're around 22. The characters are. Most of the actors at the time were around the 21, 22. The youngest was Rob Lowe. He was 19 at the time.
Wow.
But so it did take me a second to make that sort of adjustment. And it becomes like very obvious when you're like, oh my God, Judd Nelson and Ali Sheedy have this like amazing apartment. Like, yeah, no, they're not.
Loft apartment.
They're not high schoolers.
Well,
they're young
Brandon,
adults. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Jay.
To that point, at what point did you realize it? Because I had the exact same experience, and what
I think
it was a twofold. What made me realize it?
When Leslie and Alec are in their apartment, because following Billy crashing the car, and then they go to St. Elmo's Fire, the bar. All of that seems like young adult. Obviously, like if they were high school, they couldn't get into the bar. But I wasn't thinking about that at this point. But it wasn't until
they could in Canada.
They could in Canada. You're right, Scott. Yeah,
interesting.
You're right.
So that takes me out of it completely too. Then, but I was thinking that it was once I saw that St. Elmo's was a bar, which first time in my life. I mean, like literally, that was like a sixth sense moment. I'm like, who knew? Who knew? No, I had no idea. And which is basically a TGI Fridays.
I had to make. Yeah. It's just a chain restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. So you had alluded to it, Jay. This is your first time. This is my first time. So, I'm taking everything in, all this information. But it did take me that extra few minutes to adjust. And once I did, it makes perfect sense to me. But it was just that notion of the connection of the Brat Pack, the Breakfast Club, all of the young actors. It is sort of a different, well, I guess it's a more mature story that they're telling, because your Pretty in Pinks, your 16 Candles, your Breakfast Clubs, they're all in high school. They're dealing with high school problems, whereas St. Elmo's Fire is
we open with DUI.
Exactly. Yeah. And Rob Lowe or Billy is already married and has a kid and has separated from his wife in the university years. Right.
Yeah.
So the issues they're dealing with are issues of the young people, but not necessarily the issues of high schoolers, which is what I thought this movie was. But it's still interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, the movie.
I'm not disappointed, but it doesn't fit where I thought it did in the universe of John Hughes.
I mean, it's not a John Hughes movie, right? People think it's a John Hughes movie.
Correct, and I was mistaken. Yes, I did think it was till today.
He was sharing offices.
Yes.
He was sharing offices. I know that. But I mean, right after that scene, like you were talking about, Brandon, like when they're walking out from the at the university with the caps and gowns, with the big burst of light, and then going in the hospital. First of all, I love the fact that Andrew McCarthy walks into the hospital. He's smoking.
With a butt going the whole time. The best. Naked guy. Everything is just like
smoking in the hospital. Just like it's like I don't even know if that was real in the 80s. Like I'm trying to remember. I'm like I don't think that ever really happened. But then. But
in all fairness,
you might
he was
be able
smoking
to
throughout
walk
the whole
a little
thing.
bit further into a hospital with a cigarette, but now they would stop you at the door. In 85, you could get 150 feet before they'd be like, "Hey, this is a hospital. You need to put that out," or go to the designated smoking area inside the hospital.
And also the way they, like drunk driving, like you said, like right away, like there would be a warning now in it before a movie if that was it. And then they make a joke like. Billy, you're being arrested for drunk driving. Drunk, definitely. I don't know if I'd call it driving.
I wouldn't call it driving, yeah.
Oh,
Billy.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen nowadays with drunk driving.
I love that he has his saxophone sitting in the back of the ambulance.
I love every time he's
wailing on it.
Never in a case. He just carries it around.
Premarital sax is a great line.
I think it's constantly in and out of pawn, so that makes sense that it wouldn't be. It's just carryable.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, okay, so before we get too deep, I want to cover some sort of basics right off the top. So, St. Elmo's Fire is written and directed by Joel Schumacher. Joel Schumacher, as far as I'm concerned, is a legend. I mean, I'm sure most people know Joel Schumacher from directing both of the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, albeit the most fun and insanely campy Batman movies. I love these movies so much.
Really? Oh, I have never seen them. I can't wait. All right.
Oh, you haven't seen these Batman movies?
No.
Oh my God. They are camp central. They are a total party. Right. Jim Carrey as the Riddler, Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, and we got Schwarzenegger.
There's some great behind-the-scenes stories, from some of the people on set.
Yeah, Batman and Robin is good, but it's a tough watch at times. Brandon, come on.
I like when you call it Batman and Robert.
Batman in Rubber, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, hey-oh.
So he also, he has...
Corinne Watkins says, now I want to see Batman and Robert. Me too. Me too.
Another classic, Falling Down. Michael Douglas is a Joel Schumacher film. A film that I love early in his career.
Falling Down? Falling Down is him? Oh, that is a masterpiece.
Whoa.
Masterpiece. Yeah.
LA The Incredible Shrinking Woman with Lily Tomlin and Charles Grodin.
That's a good one too. Yeah, that's a good one too.
And then this one's not as good, but it's still an interesting watch. But Jim Carrey's The Number 23.
That's weird enough that I like it. That one's weird enough that I like it.
It's bonkers. And then there's like Phantom of the Opera. This is another one, DC Cab, Joel Schumacher. So
he directed DC Cab?
He directed DC Cab.
Oh, wow.
It's one of his first movies. If not his first, if I'm.
Did he do The Man with Two Brains? Someone said.
Yeah,
because that's a very interesting Steve Martin movie. If that's him.
The Man with Two Brains. I don't think that's Schumacher. I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. It could be someone just calling out a random movie.
He kind of went from Incredible Shrinking, like after St. Elmo's Fire, he did quite a few movies that were very because he was a costume designer, right? I mean, he was very into all of that. So. One of my favorite films of his is Flatliners.
Yes, I love
Flatliners.
Like Flatliners, and when you watch it, especially back then, but I mean when you watch it now, it's so like the outfits that they're all wearing. Like they're not dressed like regular people doing a regular job. Same with St. Elmo's Fire, like the costume and the way they're lit. I mean, all these pretty young actors are all lit perfectly in every scene.
I strongly believe that Joel Schumacher is a visionary. I don't know if he's the best director out there. There's obviously way better directors, but I think that Joel Schumacher makes very fun, entertaining movies. Yeah. And
how early was? Sorry.
I was just going to say we'll get into the St. Elmo's Fire, but I don't know if all of his movies make the most sense if you're like really trying to track everything. Or that's why he's campy. That's what I love about Joel Schumacher is that he makes these really campy movies. Yeah. And even when he's doing something more serious like a Flatliners or even a St. Elmo's Fire, there is some element of camp that's just natural that Joel Schumacher puts into his projects. And I'm a fan of it. It may just
be the way he shoots, right? The way he shoots?
The way he sees things is just, it's the Joel Schumacher way.
Well, he wore. He wore a cape and used a filter for his cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like the way the guy, just his air about him. Just seeing him in interviews, he's not a regular Joe.
He's definitely not a normie. That's for sure.
He's over the top.
I had no idea.
He was. Rest his soul. He was.
Yes, 2020, I believe he passed away.
Wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
Where was this in his career? Is this a
third movie? I believe.
Third, okay.
Third.
And then just shout out to Flatliners because Brandon, we can't not bring it up. Ghostbusters Firehouse is in Flatliners as well. The LA Ghostbusters Firehouse.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about it.
I guess it's Julia Roberts' apartment. Whoever's the apartment, I recognize it immediately every time. But it's the third floor of the firehouse where they shot.
Really?
Yeah. It's the bedroom, and then it goes into the main room where the Ghostbusters 2 opening is shot with the birthday.
Oh, I didn't know that because I did the Flatliners filming locations all in Chicago, and I knew there were other.
Yeah.
I just did a few. I knew there were some I missed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, you of course, with all your film location knowledge, you'll recognize it immediately now that I told you.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, I gotta check that out next time I'm in LA.
But now this is a reason to watch that movie again because I saw that movie in the theater. I love Flatliners.
I was
That's
thinking
a
about it
scary
too.
ass movie.
So good. The remake. I don't mind remakes or reboots. I'm like remake everything I liked. I don't care. I'll watch it. But
How was the remake? I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, it just didn't have it because you've got Kiefer, Julia, and Kevin Bacon.
Yep.
You've got three of the most charismatic people ever to grace the screen, and then
camera loves them all. Yeah.
Flatliner, the reboot or remake, I guess it was. I didn't recognize anybody. I don't think anybody their age recognized me. There was like a lot of nobodies. Like Julia Roberts was huge at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They all were. You're right. That's a good point.
They all were. It was all right after Lost Boys. It was after Pretty Woman and Sleeping with the Enemy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot
and Kevin
that
Bacon's
they
just Kevin
remade
Bacon, so
Flatliners.
Footloose and on.
Yeah. Kevin Bacon's best.
Was the new Poltergeist good? Since we're on that,
that was shot in Hamilton. I see my friend Mike from Hamilton is watching right now. That was shot not too far from me.
Was that worth?
I don't
think
really
Nicole
like it.
and I. Okay.
Yeah,
I love the original so bad.
It's
much.
shot by Gil Kennan, who wrote
Did
the
Ghostbusters.
Yes, and then directed Frozen Empire. I don't think it's that great, but the and kind of to Scott's point, not so much the actors, even though I love Craig T. Nelson and everybody involved in Poltergeist. The thing that makes Poltergeist amazing is the effects. All of the practical effects in 82's Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Now that you're doing them sort of digitally, I'm not as impressed, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. The fact
even the effects they did in camera looked real. The thing coming down the stairs.
Yes, exactly. But even just that, like the floating creature, I just love that. The house imploding. One of my favorite parts of Light and Magic, the documentary, is when they're talking about figuring out how do we implode a whole house and pulling it through that system to make it scrunch down to that little circle and then disappear. It's the coolest effect ever. Is
that the one where somebody suggested blowing it up and then putting it and then playing it backwards, but that wouldn't work because it's not an implosion. It's just simply putting it back together. There was one effect they talked about.
Yeah, that sounds right, because the whole point of that effect is that there is no explosion. It's an implosion, right?
Gotcha. Yeah, now I want to watch that again, too. That's the problem with this show. There's not enough hours in the week to watch the movies we talk about.
well, hey, I don't know what season it'll be, but I guarantee you we're going to do 1982, because that, spoiler alert, that might be the best year for movies ever.
Oh, was this a 1985? Did you give me all movies from 1985?
Yeah, this is all 1985.
Yeah.
All the movies we're doing this season are all 85.
Yeah, let me see here. I forget the other ones that I had to choose from.
Well, while you're doing that, I want to shout out Joel Schumacher, the writer, because he wrote a movie that is very dear to my heart. 1978's The Wiz is a Joel Schumacher script.
Really?
Yes. A Sidney Lumet film, but Joel Schumacher wrote the script for The Wiz, based off of the book for the Broadway musical at the time.
How did I not know that Sidney Lumet directed that? How the fuck did I not know that? I've never seen The Wiz either, so spoiler alert, first timer.
I'm aware that I'm aware enough to know that watching The Wiz is kind of a slog. It's got about I don't know, maybe half an hour of too much material in it. It drags.
Okay.
But is
this the Michael Jackson one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Diana Ross. Yeah, Michael Jackson. The sets, the costumes, the songs in general, it's all amazing. So maybe give yourself an act break. Do a little intermission in the middle. Yeah. And then it's quite enjoyable.
Stretch your legs. Go use the restroom. I get it. Hit the cafe counter.
Yeah, exactly. Gets popcorn, a little rum.
Yeah. Raisinets.
Rum and Coke. Yeah.
Rum and Coke.
I don't know. It's 1978. That's just what I thought.
Totally. I'll have another Cuba Libre.
Another person I wanted to shout out is St. Elmo's Fire is produced by Ned Tannen. And the only reason I kind of wanted to say that is because he also produced The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
So there's Scott had mentioned that Joel Schumacher and John Hughes shared a hallway between their offices. So
Crazy.
They were kind of close. Lauren Schuler, now...
They clearly shared casting, too.
Yes, Lauren Schuler, the other producer, now Lauren Schuler Donner. She ended up marrying Richard Donner. She is actually the one who was talking to John Hughes, and it was John Hughes who had suggested Judd Nelson, Ali Sheedy, and Emilio Estevez because he had just worked with them shooting The Breakfast Club earlier in 1984.
Wow.
So it is funny that those three actors go basically from The Breakfast Club, coming out in February, I believe was the release for Breakfast Club, and then St. Elmo's Fire comes out June. I believe it's June, because it comes out before Back to the Future, which is a very big deal. Which I'll make the connection a little bit later.
Or you never would have heard of it.
Exactly. True. So it's that connection of the John Hughes sharing the hallway, the same producers, Lauren, all these people, they're the ones kind of putting together those three Breakfast Club actors into St. Elmo's Fire. Joel Schumacher sort of talks about like the only person that he really have to fight for casting was Rob Lowe. And that's just because Rob Lowe was like a teen idol at the time, right? He hadn't done a lot of stuff, he'd only been in a couple movies, made a couple TV appearances, but he was like the like Teen Beat magazine, like he was it, right? He was the hottest young actor at the time. So
in
Rob
this, he
Lowe
reminded me of
no-brainer.
Ian Somerhalder. He looked like Ian Somerhalder.
They do.
Like especially from Lost, when he was just kind of like on the scene and like, who's this fresh face?
Yeah, because Rob Lowe had only really done Class, Outsiders.
Yes,
a couple of
Outsiders is big.
Andy McCarthy, but Outsiders. But yeah, Rob Lowe was 19. Like I don't know if you've read Rob Lowe's biographies.
No.
Like he talks a lot about St. Elmo's Fire and what it meant for him to do it, and I think, and I can't remember if he had an affair with me on that set, or did Emilio?
Well, Emilio was apparently dating Demi on and off during the course of St. Elmo's Fire, maybe just after it. I don't know to that extent, but I've always heard. Well, always. I was reading that it was Emilio and Demi who were having a relationship.
Well, Rob and Demi did About Last Night the next year, which is pretty graphic.
Oh,
there's no world that exists that Rob Lowe and Demi Moore did not hook up at least once in the 80s. I'm not going to believe it, so I'm believing it. Like the two most beautiful people on the planet in two movies together back to back. Okay, we get it.
Yeah, I mean, 80, 85, 86, like those are big years for those people. They're around each other, right? Very likely.
Yeah.
Breaking scoops here on Blockbuster Year.
Yeah. 41 years later.
40. Oh, that's amazing. Scandal alert.
And I want to shout out the composer of St. Elmo's Fire, David Foster, because not only is he, half of the writing behind St. Elmo's Fire, in brackets Man in Motion, a song that has been in my head all day. I was out working in the garage and I was just whistling Man in Motion over and over and over again. It is such a great, catchy song.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of those days I'm glad I watch it right before, because I have the same thing you're talking about, but thank God it hasn't been as long.
He's a Canadian.
Exactly, a fellow Canadian, born in Victoria, British Columbia, my side of the country. An incredibly established musician and producer, has played and worked with people like Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Aretha Franklin, Celine Dion, Dolly Parton. He produced Chicago albums, Michael Bublé, Michael Jackson. He has 16 Grammys throughout his career. But the funny thing about the St. Elmo's Fire theme is that it was written for two purposes.
Yeah.
It was written as the St. Elmo's Fire theme, but also written to be the theme for Rick Hansen's Man in Motion tour, where he was driving his wheelchair all across the world.
Yeah.
Yes, and Rick Hansen is also from British Columbia, Port Alberni. So,
and he's in a wheelchair.
Yes, yeah. Rick Hansen is in a wheelchair. He was inspired by Terry Fox. Do you know who Terry Fox is, Jay? Do you remember?
No.
Okay, so Terry Fox is the Canadianness of it all. But Terry Fox is a Canadian hero, an icon. He was diagnosed with cancer in his leg and had to have his leg amputated. And in order to raise awareness and money for cancer research, he decided that he was going to run across Canada on his prosthetic leg. So famously, he started on the West Coast, dipped his prosthetic leg in the ocean on the West Coast, and made it about 70% across our country. He ended up, his cancer spread when he was in Ontario, closer to Scott's side.
Made it to Toronto. He did make it to Toronto.
And he ended up Thunder Bay is where I believe he actually stopped.
Where Paul Schaefer is from.
Yep. Yes, exactly.
Right.
And so Terry Fox's the cancer spread, and he ended up passing away. He couldn't complete couldn't complete his journey, but he had raised so much awareness and money, and it was like the most amazing thing Canada had ever experienced. And we honor him every single year. Schools do Terry Fox runs. There's still tons and tons of fundraising and everything. So inspired by that, Rick Hansen, who is in a wheelchair, decided that he was going to do the same thing, and it expanded into him crossing the globe and going all around the world. There's a very famous moment where he's like driving his wheelchair on the Great Wall of China. And it was the Man in Motion tour. So
I get it. That's amazing.
David
and
Foster,
how inspirational.
Yes. So David Foster was so inspired by Rick Hansen, and specifically, the term Man in Motion, that he wrote the song St. Elmo's Fire and Man in Motion for both reasons, to be used as the theme for the movie, but also can be used for Rick Hansen. And the truth be told is that song is Rick Hansen to me, because this was my first time watching St. Elmo's Fire.
Wow.
So when I hear that song, like it's a great song. Like it is so inspiring. So like that's what it is to me. It's Rick Hansen to me.
So from what I understand, is because he did write it about Rick Hansen in Man in Motion, and then I guess the studio wanted that song. He was not really keen on using it for the movie, so I don't think the original lyrics had St. Elmo's Fire in it, but they really wanted, from what I've understood, they wanted the song. So I remember as a little kid feeling like that when he said, "I can feel St. Elmo's Fire burning," that was added in almost at the last minute, like it's just for the title of the movie. But they use the song.
Which maybe makes sense, because I have a quote from Joel Schumacher that says they wrote the song. John Parr and David Foster wrote the song between 2 and 4 on a Friday afternoon. So they wrote the song in less. Recorded it in less than 24 hours. So maybe there was some truth to that he already had this Man in Motion song, and then they just put the St. Elmo's Fire. Shoehorned it in. Right. Yeah, because it makes sense. It's called Man in. Is it called St. Elmo's Fire bracket Man in Motion? Man in Motion. Yes. Yeah, it's called that. But
Sorry, I went to Terry Fox's house, which is probably not too far from where you are, Brandon. I went to his house in his grave. I did a video on that, and that was really insane to see his child, like his home the only home he ever lived in.
Yeah.
Where is that? Coquitlam or?
Yeah, that sounds right. I've never visited his home or his grave, but for a while his family lived where I live in Chilliwack. That's where his family had moved to Chilliwack, and that's where I'm from. But Terry Fox.
Are you in Chilliwack right now?
Yes, yeah, that's where I'm.
Okay, so whatever town he's from is east of Vancouver. That's where I remember going.
Yeah,
east of the downtown.
I mean, you're a little bit east, What? Kelowna could be a lot of.
No, it's not that far east. You might be right with Coquitlam. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Some of that.
But yeah, he's a local. I mean, both of them are local heroes to BC.
Is the bar St. Elmo's? Oh, go ahead.
I was just real quick. In the lyrics, there is what does he say? He says, "I can get those wheels in motion."
Yeah,
which is obviously a reference to Rick Hanson's wheelchair.
Yeah,
it's like right there in the movie. I can get these wheels in motion.
Yeah.
He's like, but it could be figuratively. It could be getting the blood pumping for some sex or whatever the other one's about.
Right.
Yeah.
Is the bar called St. Elmo's Fire, or is it just St. Elmo's? It looks like it's just St. Elmo's.
It's just St. Elmo's. So the bar.
So what the fuck is the fire all about? I left this movie going, what's the fire? Everyone's in trouble?
Billy explains
that.
Yeah.
Billy explains
that. I missed it. Shit.
He explains that in Jules' apartment, which is one of the best scenes of the movie.
So at the end of the film,
I remember that scene.
When Jules is trying to end her life by sitting in the cold.
Freezing to death.
After Billy is able to get in and he goes and he sits with her in the bedroom and he like lights the hairspray or whatever, makes that flame ball. Do you remember that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's when he explains what a St. Elmo's fire is. And it's an electric flash of light that is kind of like a visual anomaly. And he talks about how sailors used to use it to guide their way home, but it's not a real thing.
I wouldn't name my movie this, but okay, yeah.
And
they didn't want to name the movie that. The studio was against it.
Yeah.
I'm with the studio.
They wanted to name the movie Sparks.
Sparks, that's right.
Yeah.
Which,
if that's what you want to talk, if that's what you're describing, then just call it Sparks. I'm with them.
But St. Elmo's Fire now is so iconic.
But I don't even know what Sparks is alluding to.
And what would the song be like? Hey, come see some Sparks. Hey, I'm willing to go see some Sparks.
The bar in real life that it's based on, as you know, is not called St. Elmo's.
Yeah, it's Third something, or what's it called?
The Tombs.
Yes. Well, that's a perfect segue because the bar.
Where's the real bar?
Georgetown.
Well, it was a set.
Oh, so this is all Georgetown.
The exterior.
Okay. I mean, supposed to be Georgetown.
The exterior of St. Elmo's is on the Universal backlot, New York Street somewhere. I was trying to find.
Oh, so it's gone now. Shit.
Yeah, I was trying to find I believe it is gone. I was trying to find an
twice.
old backlot photo to see if I could see where it was, but I couldn't find it actually because I wanted to see if with Jay, with your knowledge of the backlot and Scott, your knowledge of locations.
Yeah.
So that is the St. Elmo's bar exterior, and that is on the Universal backlot somewhere in the New York Street. But as you've alluded to, Jay, the fires have burnt down these buildings.
Yeah, twice. But this, it's not New York Street. That's the only thing. Like, I would say, if anything, back me up here, Scott. Like, if anything, we'd be looking towards Brownstone Street. But I don't know. Oh, I know exactly where we are. It is. It's at the far end of Brownstone. It's now a park. It's now a little park area.
Oh, really?
And we use the restaurant at the end where the tree is, where the second, the furthest, like behind the Mercedes there. That was a restaurant we used on the practice as well. So that is Brownstone Street in front of us. And if you took a right, it would take like basically be. Yes, on the other side of the brownstones that we're looking at the far end of this is the clock tower.
Yes.
So
if you took a right on this, you'd go to New York Street. I think that's where we are.
Are those brownstones in the background gone now?
Well, they rebuilt them, but they rebuilt them. They rebuilt them twice. So they burned in 97, and 2009.
They used it on Friends a million times. You see those brownstones. You see those brownstones behind them in Friends. I'm sure.
Well, that would be Warner Brothers or Warner Ranch, probably. But they all look the same.
Universal. Oh, yeah, that's Universal. So
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So maybe it should look similar to the one from Warner.
Oh, they all look similar. But Brandon, now I will look at other pictures, and now this is a great shot because it's what I needed. I'm certain that was a French restaurant on the end for the practice.
Yeah, this is the
shout out to Andy McDowell, by the way.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't know she was in this, but I worked with her for a few weeks on the practice, and she was awesome.
I love her.
I always had a big crush on her.
I might have some.
She's also wicked tall. I didn't know that although she looked tall in this movie, but when I met her, I was very surprised by that.
This is the other screenshot I have. The credits are there, unfortunately, but
that's okay. To the right of the University Bicycles building would have been like what we had as a French restaurant, and it's on a corner with like a rounded door, like a turret thing.
Yeah. I was trying to find some old backlot photos to try to match it up, but next time you're there,
I've got some.
I'll just go to a real map. I'll just go to literally Google Maps since it's right over there. 2 blocks
I was trying to do Google Maps, but you can't. There's only sections that you can drop the little yellow guy, based off of.
Oh, for me, I'm just here, so it's like I'll just go over a couple blocks, and there it is.
So they shot 14 or 15 days in LA, but a lot of it was shot in Georgetown and Washington D.C. and Maryland, and so it is based on a real bar, and that real bar is kitty corner to the Exorcist stairs. It's right beside them.
Because where they shot St. Elmo's Fire, the story takes place. They're graduates of Georgetown University, and they wanted to shoot actually at Georgetown, but they were turned down because the Jesuits, the Society of Jesus, they were running Georgetown University, and they turned the script down because of the premarital sex that was happening in the movie. And Joel Schumacher, on the commentary for St. Elmo's Fire, he tells a story about how he's sitting in the office being denied shooting at Georgetown and saying, like, but you let The Exorcist shoot here, and you let them say disgusting things like your mother sucks cocks in hell, right? And he says that in the meeting to the Jesuits, and their response is yes, but at the end of that story, God prevails. The end of your story, God does not prevail. So they turned him down. So he went in the same area. What was it? Maryland University? Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland University, yeah.
And that's where they shot filling in for Georgetown. But
that's the inside of the real St. Elmo's Fire. The real St. Elmo's.
Oh, very similar still. Bar. Same style of place. The brick walls and everything. Dude, I want to go there. So Brandon, here's where we are here. This little triangle. There we go. The little triangle park used to be a series of small little blocks, and I believe that the end of this right here is what we're looking at in your picture. Now it would be rebuilt, but that's the end of the street, which is Brownstone Street.
And then Clock Tower.
Does that make sense? And that's the Clock Tower and Hill Valley right behind it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
And then I don't think I can zoom in any closer. I guess I could take a screenshot. Because some of these buildings, Rick Carter did the rebuild of the most recent 2007, 2008 fire. Rick Carter from Back to the Future, and so many others. And so some buildings are actually rebuilt exactly like they used to be. So like the Essex Theater from Back to the Future, like they put that exactly the way it used to be. So like there's a possibility that maybe these are still the same.
Yeah. Well, and to be honest, like when they're rebuilding, maybe they are updating things, because New York changes. There's brownstones, brick buildings, they relatively stay the same, but there's new buildings that get put up. So it's an unfortunate thing with the fire burning down these sets and backlots, but it's an opportunity for them to rebuild and fix and update.
It's weird that there was already a King Kong ride replacement already in development. Yes, I agree. But you're right. That little dog park section wasn't there because we didn't really have dog parks in the old days. But now there is, so they put one in. Yeah.
From what I understand, is the exterior of St. Elmo's Bar is at the Universal lot, but I believe the interior was built at a soundstage at Warner Brothers.
Right.
That makes sense.
And I don't know. I believe Kevin and Kirby's apartment is a set, and I don't know if Alec and Leslie's apartment was a set.
Yes, and so is Jules.
Oh, all the apartments.
All were.
Okay, that makes sense. Jules makes sense.
All the apartments were.
Dude, that Billy Idol thing was cool.
But what I couldn't never understand about that part of it was the fact that all of the apartments were sets, but I've read so many times over that they only filmed for 2 weeks in Los Angeles. So I'm like, how did they film all of those scenes so fast? There's a lot, because I mean, a lot they filmed on the streets of Georgetown and at Maryland and in Maryland and stuff, but there's a lot of interior stuff. But they only shot 2 weeks in LA, so maybe they shot some interior stuff that I don't know of in Maryland, because I've been to all the locations in Georgetown and Maryland, and all that I could.
You're right. There's too many pages. They shot more than 2 weeks in stage.
Sure,
there's too many pages. There's too many pages.
There's more than 2 weeks in one of the apartments, right?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you.
Let alone the 3 apartments. Which has like some of the biggest scenes.
I would like to get the production notes on the movie, because I'm sure it's got to be something like, they shot 2 weeks at Universal, then 2 weeks at Warner. You know what I mean? That makes more sense. That makes more sense. I know that it was a quick shoot, but they had lots of money available to them, but it was a quick shoot because they wanted it out for summer of '85.
Yeah, so against the release.
They were thinking it was going to be big.
Yeah, I don't have a particular end date, but they started October 1984. That's when they started production.
Yes.
I don't know the end date of that, of St. Elmo's Fire. A couple other just technical things to shout out. Stephen Burham is the DOP. He shot The Outsiders and Rumblefish for Francis Ford Coppola. He also...
Rumblefish.
He also is a helicopter pilot. So he was the second unit director on Apocalypse Now. So the helicopter footage in Apocalypse Now is all shot by the same DOP. And it's just interesting because Apocalypse Now is Martin Sheen, obviously Emilio Estevez's father. So just that connection there.
Is DOP a Canadian thing?
Director of photography? Cinematographer?
Yeah. No, they say DP down here, or cinematographer. I didn't know. It could be a regional thing. I was just asking. It doesn't matter. I wasn't trying to pick on you.
I see. Yeah. I definitely say DOP.
I mean, well, it's better than saying DP, but down here they just say DP. Yeah.
Yeah, DP which means I think is something else universally.
We can't really talk about I don't know. I'm sure we're on who knows on that set.
Billy has definitely experienced one. I know that.
Yeah. As long as you're not the DOP for DP, then we're good.
Ooh. Get in there.
And then the editor, Richard Marks, edited Godfather 2, Apocalypse Now, Dick Tracy, Broadcast News. I think these are all just like lending credibility to this film, right? Like it is a big movie. Whether or not it was successful in the eyes of critics, which we'll get to, but
Why do you say it's a big movie? Why do you say that? What do you mean by that? Because I don't feel like I agree, but I bet I might once you're done.
I just mean, like, look at the cast, look at these stars that we have it. The maybe Joel Schumacher isn't established, yes, but we have people, our DPs are working on these massive popular movies. Are the editors, the things that they're working on. I'm just. Because we'll get to it, but like, people did not like this movie. But it didn't have a fighting chance because of what happened.
before it came out. Right?
Yes, which we will get to, which is a very big point.
Critics were not going to like that movie, no matter if it was the best movie ever.
Are you referring to New York Magazine? Is that what you're referring to? Okay, we are going to talk about that.
Okay. Now I'm getting into it.
Yes. All right. But before we get there, let's just talk about these people in this movie, because all of these people are great. They are the best young actors of our time. They are putting the work into these new, not teen, but young people movies. There is a change in Hollywood at this time, and young people are being taken seriously.
Right.
From The Outsiders to Breakfast Club to which eventually comes, Risky Business, which is a huge hit. These types of movies, these young actors, they're getting these opportunities, and writers and studios are taking young people's stories and problems seriously. Mm-hmm. And it's a huge shift in Hollywood. And, someone like John Hughes is a big fixture to that, because he not only cared about these young people and their problems and the things that we were going through, he also connected to his own younger self and was able to express that. He also was one of the most talented writer. Exactly. One of the most talented writers we've ever had. It's incredible that those are the types of movies that he chose to make. So, all of these people coming together, back to what I was just saying about how big this movie is, the weight of this movie, like, it's a big deal. There's, 7 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
At the end they say
7.
Just the 7 of us together. That's right.
7, and then we have the Andy McDowell on top of that, which
Wally.
Yes.
There's the side characters.
Was Wally Blake Clark from the manager of the bar? Oh, dude, I love him. Yeah, that was great. He's the best.
I have a special shout out for Blake Clark because he's amazing. This is one of his first movies. Wow. People will recognize him from so many Sandler films. Like, he goes on to, Waterboy, 50 First Dates. Like, he's in Little Nicky, tons of
I didn't realize he was in so many of them. 50 First Dates, though, every single time.
He is so good at 50 First Dates. He plays Drew Barrymore's dad in 50 First Dates.
Yeah, so great. Sean Astin's father, too.
Yeah, that's exactly. For me, he also takes over the voice role of Slinky Dog in the Toy Story movies after Jim Varney passes away. So Jim Varney died after Toy Story 2, and Blake Clark is the voice of Slinky for 3, 4, and now 5.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
I'm so glad that you recognize him, because I have a special Blake Clark note in my.
I'm a huge fan back when he did stand up. I love Blake Clark, but he's in a movie that like most people have never seen with Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence. It's called Nothing to Lose. It's a great LA movie if you haven't seen it.
Okay.
It's a cool like buddy kind of movie where Martin Lawrence is robbing him, but they end up needing to scheme together and whatever. It's a whole thing. Yeah. Good cast though. Kelly Preston and other people you would know and like too, Michael McKean. But Blake Clark's in there, in a moment, and of course he's a scene stealer because he is every single time.
Yeah,
that face, that voice, that just that affect, the way he's just kind of.
I was thinking of Howie, the other actor. I was thinking of the guy that played. Remember Howie, the one that dates Wendy.
Oh yes, the car. Oh store.
Yeah. I was thinking of, when I said Wally. Wally's the manager of the restaurant. That's right, of the bar.
Yeah. He's got that deep voice, that scruffy voice.
Nothing to Lose.
No, Daddy, I thought you was going to do it.
Nothing to Lose is directed by Steve Odenkirk, who.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, who is the Ace Ventura director. Definitely will check this out.
Nothing to Lose.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
he's
Ace
in
Ventura,
it too, of course.
When Nature Calls and all the
cameo.
Thumb movies. If you've ever been to a video store in the 90s, there was a bunch of parody Thumb movies like Thumb Wars and Bat Thumb, and those are all Steve Odenkirk movies.
I do remember those. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't.
Kung
Weird.
Pao, Enter the Fist. I don't know if that holds up, but that was another movie that I
can't
remember.
imagine so, but it's what you would think, Scott.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you would think.
Yeah, I don't remember them at all.
Yeah, they're crazy. Where were we? Okay, let's just start with Emilio Estevez. I don't know. He's so charming. Like I mean, I think I'm going to say that by for a lot of these people, but I really like a young Emilio Estevez, and I know that a big part of that is like Breakfast Club is one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't watch it every year on my birthday, but I do. I try to watch it as often as I can. It is a comfort movie for me. So Emilio and especially Ali and even Judd, like though I love seeing those people at this age, right?
Yeah, same age as they were in Breakfast Club. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Exactly.
I mean,
they're all playing 5 years older, but they're the same.
You know,
yeah,
they all look the same. But at least Ali Sheedy's talking in this one. You know.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, she gives a great performance in Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love Breakfast Club. Of course. Yeah. Oh yeah, they all do. See, I mean, Emilio's he's like Charlie. He's like his brother. And they're. I don't think. You know, I hate to say it, but I don't think either of them are the greatest actors. But they both have charm and presence.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. There's no because I can watch 2.5 Men and over again.
Yeah.
I've seen it. And any Emilio movie, he's never. I don't know, like Wisdom. There's so many movies. He's always kind of Young Guns. He's actually maybe I'm gonna now think he's better than he is.
Yeah, I love Repo Man.
Repo
Man. So that's probably the best for him. That's probably his best vehicle, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
People in the chat are saying Men at Work, which is what I think of too. But that's both brothers in that one,
so,
and Keith David, I think.
Men
David
at Work.
Keith. I always get them confused.
Keith David.
That one's Keith David. Okay.
Oh, sorry, you weren't asking about the swapping of the names. I don't know.
No, because there's a David Keith too, but I always confuse them. But the black gentleman is Keith David, right?
David.
From They Live and everything. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Exactly. I love him.
him. Men at Work is directed.
Oh, Mighty Ducks. I forgot about the Mighty Ducks.
Written and directed by Emilio Estevez, and is actually we're going to talk about this New York Magazine article, but he talks about working on the script for, at the time, I believe, is Cruel Intent or Cruel Intentions. I can't remember the original title.
That was his working title.
Yeah, I believe it's based on some sort of book, but it's what becomes.
Isn't the movie about toxic waste? Isn't that what it is? They're garbage men, and they end up solving the toxic waste problem.
Yeah, it's. I think it.
And there's a murder, and then he drops a gun instead of a flashlight and all that.
I would have thought he'd be working on the script for Wisdom during St. Elmo's. Remember Wisdom with me?
No, I don't remember Wisdom, but
yeah, he wrote and directed that. It's him and Demi Moore on the run. They're young not bank robbers, like store robbers. I don't know. Yeah. It's a great movie, but I haven't seen it in a long time. But
I don't think I've ever heard of that one. I'm going to write that.
Oh yeah, a year after St. Elmo's. He wrote it for him and Demi.
Yeah, in the article specifically, he talks about this Cruel Intent, which ends up becoming Men at Work. That he does with his brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. Wisdom.
Because Men at Work is 90, so 1990. So he's clearly working on it for a while, and I think the film kind of changes and becomes the Men at Work. I think it's a completely different movie. But yeah, Mighty Ducks is Emilio Estevez. Maximum Overdrive, which is like such a fun movie. God, that movie rules. That movie's so much fun.
Wow. You can do a deep dive on who's got the front of that truck now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That with the devil face on it and everything.
Yeah, the Green Goblin.
Came out a year later.
Yeah.
Wisdom came out a year after St. Elmo's. But it's surprised, like he wrote and directed a big budget Hollywood movie a year later. Immediately.
Yeah, and I don't think it worked out for him. I don't think people really liked it, and it kind of he did end up, coming back to directing later in his life. He made The Way with his dad, which is I haven't seen it, so
Bobby's a great movie. The movie about Bobby Kennedy, the one that he wrote.
I've never seen that.
Amazing.
Does he play Bobby? Does Emilio play Bobby?
No. Who plays Bobby? Oh, I can't remember, but Demi's in it. Everybody that Emilio has ever met in Hollywood is in Bobby. No,
got it.
I remember, I called in every favor.
Yes, exactly.
I called in every favor to get this cast. It's a crazy.
Let's see who. Robert De Niro kind of looks like Bobby. Robert De Niro. Robert Downey Jr. a little bit looks like. Let's see
Bobby. This. Well, it wasn't Harry Belafonte.
Rob Lowe kind of looks like Bobby, honestly.
Yeah, it was.
2006.
Dave Frances. It's very. I mean, it's all about the aftermath, I believe, of the.
Yeah, there is tons of people.
Oh, so it's like at the Ambassador Hotel after the shooting. Got it.
Listen to this: Anthony Hopkins, Demi Moore, Sharon Stone, Harry Belafonte, Nick Cannon, Lawrence Fishburne, Heather Graham, David Krumholtz, Ashton Kutcher, Shia LaBeouf, Lindsay Lohan, William H. Macy. This is insane. This
Elijah Wood, Christian Slater.
Did you throw Nick Cannon in there?
Yeah, Nick Cannon's in this movie.
That's hilarious. I was just with his producer today. That's very, very funny. He does not come up very often in my life.
Martin Sheen, Christian Slater, Elijah Wood, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Wow, tons of people. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right. Every favor he called in.
Hi, Oregonian Dave.
The character of Kirby, I don't know if it would be considered stalking what he's doing now. He's being a little intense. I mean,
it's bad. It's bad.
The chasing on the bicycle, going into the party, which by the way is like my favorite shot in the whole movie. That POV shot where he's like walking through the party, and it's like all slow,
and you hear the wet sopping footprints.
Are you supposed to be here? You know, the little.
Can I see your invitation?
That's what it was. Yeah, absolutely love that. Which again, that's why I think Joel Schumacher is this visionary. I think he has like really interesting ideas. And then him taking Wendy's car and driving all the way up to the ski lodge. Like it's crazy. A little intense, you know, it
was crazy to take the job and then to have the fake party, and that was all crazy. Now we're just it's off the deep end.
Yeah.
How not to stalk your not girlfriend.
Yeah, just to try to impress Dr. Dale, right?
Right. That was her first speaking role, right? She was always a background actress.
So Andy McDowell, famously, her first movie is a Tarzan film. And her southern accent was apparently so thick that they had her voice dubbed by Glenn Close.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Yeah. So St. Elmo's Fire, yes, is I believe her first speaking role.
Wow. Yeah. But, I mean, she's perfectly cast as the woman of his dreams, because like when you first see her in that hospital shot, like right after Billy's taken away, when you first see her, she looks like, I mean, so otherworldly. She's so beautiful.
Well, and she was a model before she was an actress, right? Yeah. She's tall, she's interesting looking. And
that shot where the doors open and then it flashes to white, and then she's got with the hair. It's like, come on, like Joel Schumacher's lighting her and making her look like, you know, setting her up to be that. I mean, she's. So I mean, I think as a kid, I don't really think I ever took it as stalking. I thought it was awkward. Because I think thinking like this guy's trying so hard and not doing it the right way. But
and she's not giving him any signals that she's into it. He just keeps like doubling down, double down.
That's what it was. There was never any.
She does go on the date with him,
right?
She does agree to.
She agrees to meet him, and then she's like, "Okay, let's do this again soon." Like she was just catching up. I think it wasn't a date to her.
Yeah, I think she was more like, okay, like I can't say no to this kid just to go out with him.
I think it was that. Yes, like maybe I'll mentor him. Who knows?
But then you see the guy she's actually with, and he looks like to me as a kid, he looked like a 60-year-old. You know what I mean? Like he looks.
But
he looks like my friend's stepfather. I was like, okay, I guess.
But I really think she just sees Kirby as a kid. He's just an immature kid.
Absolutely.
who's just pining after her, and he's doing all these. He's getting that job and trying to show up with the chauffeur and impress her and say all these things when what she really wants is she wants a more mature man, like a man. Emilio Estevez is a boy. She wants a man that will take her up to his ski lodge, right? Like that's what she's after, and she's kind of
just at a different part in her life. Exactly. She
Yeah,
graduated school and is now a fucking doctor.
Yes, exactly. She was a senior when they were in high school, and yeah, she's gone through medical school, and now she's a doctor. I don't think I
ever thought about it that she wants a man and not a boy. It's just, I always took it as when he gets up to the cabin, it's like, well, no, the reason she's not interested in you is because she's obviously with this guy. Like, he's not some new guy, right? Like, you don't really know.
I don't think so.
It looks like
I get the point that he's like, hey, honey. Like, I get the point they've been together for a spell.
They've been together for a while, so that's what
he's not
I
new.
was under the impression that she was like, oh, I can't be with Emilio because he's too young, or Kirby because he's too young. I was always under the impression like he finds out she's actually like, engaged or married or with somebody for a long time. That's what I always.
And
thought.
He never once thought back to the fact that he might have actually smelled the guy's pillow.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be funny.
It was fucking
think he
dude's
there.
pillow.
Yeah, I don't.
No, but he sleeps over.
Yeah, he might. Yeah. I do want to say.
Why there's no time to make the bed, Brandon.
My other favorite scene is when he shows up to that date, like early before the restaurant opens, and he's like, "I want this table. I'll pay double." Yeah, I thought that was so great. And then it cuts back, and he's on the phone with Jules, and he's like asking about all of the fancy things on the menu, and I love that he's like writing little notes on the menu so that he can remember what wines and
what to order.
Yes, exactly. I just thought that was such a great little bit in the movie.
He's trying so hard.
And he rushes his order out too. It's adorable. It's so immature, like we all do. You're so excited to do it.
He does such an embarrassing thing where he like makes a reference to the Annie Hall movie, and Dale has.
She's like, I thought it was a
Mel Brooks.
She's like, I thought we like.
Mel Brooks festival.
He's just trying so hard to like make that connection. Like, don't you remember we saw was it Manhattan together?
It was special, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he says it at the very beginning of the movie when he sees in hospital. He goes, "So you feel like Woody Allen movies? Then I gotta go, Kirby, because there's like 10 billion people shot around me. I can't."
Yes, he's clearly been obsessed with her ever since that movie, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch Lost? Either one of you?
No, I never did.
Oh well, never mind then. Skip it. It reminded me of a scene from Lost where a guy is too obsessed with the girl, and it's just she's doing what she can to placate it, but like eventually it's just fucking awkward. What do you do?
Well, let's move on to Rob Lowe. Billy, we sort of talked about him a little bit. As I mentioned, teen idol at the time. I mean, just look at the guy, the slick back hair, the cross earring, the chin. My God, he's like everything that you want out of like a teen 80s icon.
He's the best. I would say probably why they hemmed and hawed over so much about how to cast was because he's definitely the character that is focused on the most. I mean, they gravitate, a lot of it gravitates around. And then I think once probably they got into filming, I would imagine they'd be like, we got this kid, Rob Lowe, is amazing. And, not just as an actor, but to look at him. So they probably focused more and more on him. To me, he's my favorite character. I think everybody's favorite character is Billy. It's got to be. And there's nobody that's like, oh, no, my favorite character is Leslie. No. Your favorite
Andrew McCarthy for me.
Leslie.
It was Andrew McCarthy for me.
I think it's Kevin or Leslie for me, to be honest.
Really?
Yes.
I would have always thought it would be Rob.
Which one's Leslie?
That's Ali Sheedy.
Oh yeah, she's good too. Yeah, for me though, Andrew McCarthy, because I had never seen him in anything. He was more vulnerable in this than I think I'd seen him in other. He's not like this in Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, no. I really like Andrew McCarthy in this movie. I think he plays. We'll get into it when we talk about Andrew McCarthy. Okay. I don't want to forget about Rob Lowe.
No.
But how
we did Blake Clark though? I'll cross that one out. And we did Andy McDowell. Shout out to Andy McDowell. God, I really that was super cool for me to work with her.
She's wonderful. One of my favorite movies, The Muse. I talk about it all the time. She's amazing in it.
Oh yeah.
as Albert Brooks's wife. If people don't know, Andie MacDowell is the mother to Margaret Qualley, one of our most popular actresses, which a connection to Demi Moore. Margaret Qualley and Demi do The Substance together, my favorite film of 2024, my number one movie of 2024.
Substance.
So much goddamn fun. I love The Substance so much. But yeah, Andie MacDowell, Margaret Qualley's mother.
And also
Margaret Qualley is the one from like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and stuff, right?
Yes.
And everything else these days. What the fuck? How did I not know that? So wait, how old is she?
She's 29.
Go ahead, Scott.
She's 29.
Like that.
She's married to
so she would have already...
So my favorite band, one of my favorite top 5 bands is The Bleachers.
Yeah, I love Jack Antonoff too.
He's married to the lead singer of The Bleachers. So there's a song, Margot. They're on their last album. Their new album comes out in 24 hours, I should add.
Whoa, nice timing.
But, yeah, good timing. But he's got a lot of... She's in all their videos now. You can any Bleachers video, she's the feature.
Jack Antonoff
2004.
is also...
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Jack Antonoff is also well, he's not a ghostwriter, but he's a writer for pop musicians, and he writes almost all of Taylor Swift's recent music.
4 albums in a row.
He is one of the unsung heroes, I think, of the pop music industry currently.
He's incredible. He's amazing.
I love Bleachers too.
So I worked with her in 2004. So Margaret would have already been born. So she would have been the little girl that came and visited the set.
There you go.
Probably.
Who would have been like 4 or 5.
Right.
Yep.
If I had to guess by size.
Well, that's why you don't know how old she is. Yeah, she's got to be Jackson.
What the fuck?
Jack just turned 40, so she's younger. I know that, but maybe she's in her 30s now. I don't know.
Okay, so it might not have been her unless there's a younger.
If you watch,
that's crazy.
Here's another one. Like if you just we put on the video for Tiny Moves by the Bleachers or Dirty Wedding Dress, you just see her and you're like, how does this person exist on the same planet I do? You know what I mean? Mark Qualley.
But for me, it's a personal memory of like I remember a little girl that was coming to visit, and like all of the same thing. She was the girl from Shameless. She got huge from Shameless.
Emmy Rossum.
She was on the practice. Yeah, Emmy Rossum. She was on the practice too as a little girl, little tiny kid. Mm-hmm. It's weird just when you do the math. I guess I'm just an old guy, so I'm just too nostalgic these days.
Yeah.
Around the corner, Cafe 80s. Guy named Griff. Just say no.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe is great. He's great in the movie. He's just really good.
Rob Lowe is in 2 of my favorite movies of all time, and he gives great performances in both of them. That is Wayne's World and Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy's great.
Yes, and he is absolutely wonderful in both of them. Wayne's World, I think,
doesn't smell like mud.
Wayne's World, he's so good. I've always liked him. There's lots of stuff, lots of Rob Lowe stuff that I haven't seen. I mean, he did what did I write down? 76 episodes of Parks and Recreation.
Yeah,
you know, he's a big part of that. My wife loved this show he was on a few years ago called The Grinder.
Oh yeah, that was a good show with the Fred Savage.
Yes.
Yeah, Fred Savage. Yeah.
And obviously he's in The Outsiders too. So the connection of Emilio and Rob in The Outsiders, which is another one of those important teen. I keep saying teen, but it's not a teen. Young people's movies, right?
I'm sure a lot of those Outsiders actors, probably a lot of them auditioned for St. Elmo's.
I'm sure they wanted Tom Cruise, right? Like, there's no way that Tom Cruise was not in conversation. Even Matt Dillon. There's no way that these people weren't in conversation to, maybe Matt Dillon could have been Alec. Alec.
The Judd Nelson role.
The Judd Nelson role
definitely,
is a very mature character, mature person. And I understand why Judd Nelson wanted that role so bad. Coming off of Breakfast Club and Bender is what he will be remembered for forever. That bad guy, is so I understand why he wanted to jump to a completely different type of character and show people that he had the ability to do both, right?
Yeah, but the moment he goes to freak out in overactor mode, all I could see was Bender going, "No!" So, all of that shit. Here's a good point, though. Corinne goes, Rob Lowe was great in Austin Powers, too. That's a really good point. When he plays the young Robert Wagner.
Young number
pretty
2. Yes.
Spot on.
Well, you know why he's in Austin Powers and Wayne's World is because when he hosted Saturday Night Live after his sex scandal. So remember Rob Lowe's big sex scandal in the late 80s.
Oh, yeah.
He hosted SNL because he had one movie coming out called Bad Influence, which is a great movie. And Mike Myers.
This is after he was he's already not cast anymore, right? He's just coming back to host.
Yeah, well, this Rob Lowe had the sex scandal, then he couldn't get a job in Hollywood, so he made this movie called Bad Influence, which is where he plays basically a sexual deviant, because he's kind of leaning into what his reputation was in Hollywood, even though he wasn't really like that. Anyway, so he did Saturday Night Live. He did Saturday Night Live to promote the movie. Lorne Michaels said, "Okay, you know what? Like, back then in the early '90s, they weren't getting all the big stars to host Saturday Night Live. It was not like they did, but not as much as today." So, anyways, he was on. The cast goes around and to the host and says, "What about this? What about this?" to the host, right?
Monday night, yeah.
Mike Myers said to Rob Lowe, he goes, "Would you want to do Wayne's World?" And Rob Lowe said, "I'd rather do that Sprockets show that you do." Remember Dieter? Remember,
of course, Dieter. Yeah.
Mike Myers talks about it in one of his books. He's like, I knew then that this was my guy for life.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do the main, Wayne's World. He wanted to do Sprocket. So they became like best friends.
And he knew the material, which is awesome. But wasn't Rob Lowe also a cast member one year? Am I crazy about that?
Robert Downey Jr. was. Robert Downey Jr. was a cast member for.
Yeah, we talked about it. 1985. It's
that was the weird year.
And Anthony Michael Hall. That's the weird year. Yeah, but not Rob Lowe. No.
No, and Robert Downey Jr. also auditioned. He did audition for St. Elmo's Fire for the role of Billy Hicks.
Yes.
So you know what this movie was missing for me?
What?
Molly Ringwald. I kept thinking, man, Molly Ringwald is going to enter any moment here, and she just never did.
You didn't look at the cover.
I don't know why. And then even Allie sort of had the reddish hair. I don't know. I was just expecting it for some reason.
Yeah, she could have been a Wendy. Molly Ringwald could have been Wendy, maybe. Yeah. I'm sure. Again, I'm sure these conversations happen. There's no way that they're not talking about these people.
Wasn't she super young even in Breakfast Club? So then maybe she couldn't play out of college.
True. You're right. That's probably what it is, because in Breakfast Club, she is the only one that is technically still underage.
Right. Anthony McHall was the second youngest, I believe, right?
Yes, but I still believe I still
he looks
think
like
he was an adult.
Yeah.
Because I believe Molly Ringwald was the only one that had to work like the young actors' hours still. Right. I think she was,
which is so awkward because that's
16.
the one.
I think
that's what you said during our show. Yeah.
Yes.
Which makes the one scene, the one scene with Judd under the table there, so awkward. Which you, thank God, said was an adult.
Yes, that is a. But
double. It's weird. Like you choose your youngest character and be like, "Here's her underpants." Thanks.
Yes. Yeah.
I never even thought about that. Yeah. Oh yeah. It is kind of crazy now.
But it is a double.
Yeah.
We talked about it in the episode. It is a double.
Yeah. I don't think Molly Ringwald would have been doing that. Yeah.
Anything else on Rob Lowe? We got a lot of people to talk about.
Yeah, just it sets like right away when his introduction is bigger than any other character's introduction, and then he gets in the toilet, comes up. I guess the wet look is in. Like he's just right there.
Yeah, good for you, Lucky.
I think he sort of is the gravitational pull in this movie because
he's in the group of friends.
But he's the most high maintenance friend.
Well, he's
exactly.
He's the fuck up.
Right. So we all have to collect around Billy all the time.
Yeah.
Although Demi Moore is a close second.
She is, but she hides, right? And the fuck up.
She hides it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Emilio's got a screw loose too.
Yeah. Billy is like a public fuck up where Demi or Jules is hiding it successfully until it all falls apart. Whereas even when things fall apart for Billy, he kind of has the big, heart to heart with his ex-wife and their baby and says he's going to change. And then he fucks up.
And then the next scene, he's in the Jeep with fucking...
Exactly. He makes a move on Jules doesn't respect Jules' wishes, and then he's thrown out onto the ground.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Felicia, I believe is his ex-wife's name.
Yeah.
She sees the whole thing, right? And
Right.
he's fucked up. Now he's fucked up with Jules, and he's fucked up with his ex-wife. Like,
I love that when she just
doing it.
goes in, closes the door, and shuts the lights on him. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's all you can do with that character.
Yeah.
He's going to keep fucking up until he decides to get better.
And Demi is less public, right? Like, she's clearly abusing drugs. She's spending money she doesn't have, and it hits her hard at the end when they come and they take all of her furniture, which, in a way, I'm realizing now that's exactly why Billy has to be the character to go into her apartment and talk to her.
Mhm.
Right? He has that line.
The one who's more fucked up than her.
Yeah, or it's just like he can understand what she's going through, right? Because maybe there was a time where Billy was hiding all of the things that he was fucking up about.
Sure.
Right?
Good point.
I love his line of like, what, Jules, you lost a job? I've lost 20. What does he say? I've lost 20 since grad or whatever he says, right? Like, it's like, whatever. Well, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
I remember as a kid thinking, like, two of the greatest scenes, which are almost back to back. I mean, first when he's sitting with his ex-wife on the campus, talking to her, and I went to that location, and that was incredible to be there with those buildings around you.
Yeah, I should say Scott's location video is in the description below already. If people
cool.
want to check.
Yeah, I think I've gone twice for YouTube. I've been there 3 times in real life, but twice for YouTube. And I probably next time I'm driving through Maryland, I'll go back and I'll make another video. Mm-hmm. I love it so much. Though to be in front of those buildings, it's just incredible. It just looks amazing. You can't believe it. It's frozen in time. But then when he says to his ex-wife, "You won't believe how out of hand this is going to get." Like, I'm making these promises. But for me, the biggest scene is when he comes back, and his old frat brothers that are still in school come down to greet him. He's like, "I'm king again. This is it. Yes. This is where I belong. I'm back home." And then on the football field, glad you're back or whatever. Then he's like, "Really? I think I could get a job here, but I will do whatever." Like, he's thinking, okay, maybe this is what I can do. And then the guy goes, "Yeah, we need someone to get us some good drugs."
Exactly.
And this shot of his face, his reaction, like,
crestfallen.
Oh my God. I remember as a kid thinking this guy's the best actor ever.
I love that moment too, because I love I just got like goosebumps. I love the like Billy thinking he's figured out what's gonna fit for him.
Right, exactly.
This is where I fit in. This was the best times of my life. Hey, maybe if I work here, I can kind of, have fun, be helpful, get paid, be responsible. This is where I need to be. And then it's in just a huge rug pull when they're like, they just know that he has the means to getting good drugs, right? And it's like
Party Billy. He's not Billy, he's Party Billy, and that's what they want.
Exactly. Yeah. He is really good in this movie. Maybe plays a little bit too much saxophone. His 10-minute solo, it goes on a little long, but we get a big fight at the end of it.
Yeah, that was right before there was no more saxophone after that. So,
well, he pawns it.
Rob was good in Super Troopers 2. I forgot he was in Super Troopers 2, and then Rob had a small part in Contact. He sure did. It was like the religious guy or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Contact.
Oh yeah.
He was in the president's council or whatever, the cabinet.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Is that's Jodie Foster?
Yes, and in my opinion, Zemeckis' fucking opus. That to me
that's
is
right.
Masterpiece.
Yes. With the mirror shot, the famous mirror shot.
Yes, for Carl Sagan.
Yes. And Jodie Foster turned down the role of Jules for St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh, I didn't know that. That I didn't read.
Yeah. There's a few actresses. Whoa. Yeah. I was reading about it last week when.
There was a bunch of names, but sometimes those names just sort of get thrown out there. Like we're throwing them out tonight, right?
The one that stuck out for me was Jodie Foster for Jules and Robert Downey Jr. for Billy.
Right.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't have worked. I mean, he's great. Robert Downey Jr. is obviously right, but he's just I don't know. He looked too young at the time. This is weird science time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rob Lowe looked older.
Billy's looks pretty young.
At this time too, Robert Downey Jr. kind of has like almost like a goofy quality to him.
You're right. He's still nerdy. You're right.
Yes, he's a little
nerdy.
He's not
straight up sexy dude. You're right.
Yes. I think a big shift is actually this year because the SNL of it all, but right after SNL, I believe, is when he gets Chaplin, which
Chaplin was the 90s.
Is it 90s?
Oh, it's got to be.
Okay.
I would have said maybe 90. You think 90s?
I was in high school when Chaplin came out, I think.
I could be wrong. Chaplin.
Oh, yeah,
it is 92.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's a little bit older, but that's where I think he sort of like matures into the Robert Downey Jr. that we know today. That is still goofy and fun and silly, but can be taken a bit more seriously.
A great movie, Chaplin. I saw that in the theater. I remember.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Richard Attenborough directed. Yeah. Dr. John Hammond from Jurassic Park.
That's right.
Oh, spared no expense.
Okay, Andrew McCarthy plays Kevin. Weekend at Bernie's, Pretty in Pink, Mannequin, classic Kevin McCarthy. Yeah.
Today he's on the Ted Danson Woody Harrelson podcast.
Oh, really? Today?
That one's called Where Everybody Knows Your Name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. I was just getting ready for the show, and then it popped up on YouTube, and I was like, well, that's a fucking coincidence.
Yeah.
Big fan.
He's got a great book. He's got a great autobiography, Andrew McCarthy. It takes a while to get into what you want to hear about, like when he's starting the class and all that, and St. Elmo's and Mannequin. But and then a lot about his career afterward. But talks a lot about St. Elmo's and being on the set and what it was like and all that.
Yeah,
fascinating. I mean, he was a newbie compared to the rest of them. He hardly had any credits.
Yeah,
to me, he fits in perfectly. Their chemistry looks like they've all been friends for years.
Yeah,
and I do think that he's my favorite character. I love Kevin's story. I actually really like the arc of, Jules thinking that he's gay, and like the signs are there, like you never hit on me, and he sort of alludes to it in that conversation with Naomi, the sex worker. That
awesome, Anna Marie something. Yeah, she's a fantastic actress.
You looking for a date?
Yeah,
I love the way that information sort of rolls out. Everything.
She even asks him, really, "Is it a boy or a girl?" And he goes, "Secret."
And he doesn't answer. Yes, exactly.
Right, it's a secret because he can't be in love with her.
I probably didn't. I was little when it came out, so I probably didn't pick up on it. So it's probably you're thinking at the time he's probably in love with Billy. Or
something. It is gay, right.
Well, and they even there's even a part when he's over and Leslie and Alec are cooking dinner, and he makes a comment of like Alec doesn't like peppers, right? Like he knows things about Alec,
right?
But that's just because he's been around them for so long.
Oh yeah, but Jules says that to him. She says, "You're in love with Alec. We all are."
Right.
Yeah, just the way the information is sort of parsed out through the film to sort of make you think, oh yeah, this character definitely he must be gay. Like this is what is gonna be the sort of the, he's gonna feel comfortable to admit it to himself and to everybody maybe later in the film. And then the twist of him actually this entire time just being in love with Leslie and kind of just waiting. Like he's not even really trying to like separate Alec and Leslie. No. He's just like, you know what? I love this woman, and I'll just be available or be there, and maybe that's not the best.
If you love somebody, you can't love
it.
Somebody else. So I think maybe he was just like you said, waiting it out.
And he thinks that this is it. Once they've connected and stuff together, he thinks that she's gonna leave Alec. Together, he has no clue.
Yeah, I absolutely. Yeah, I just love too. Like later in the big fight when
I know what you're gonna say.
When Ali Sheedy like calls out Alec, and I love that Alec sort of like tells on himself in that moment.
So this is true. My friends and I, when we were kids, so I love St. Elmo's Fire. My friends all loved Breakfast Club, Weird Science, which I liked, but I had this obsession with St. Elmo's Fire. And so I made my friends watch it, everybody. And I used to say, before I even knew what it meant, well, okay, when we could swear on this, right? When
we've been
when he goes, so he goes, "You fucked Kevin." Then she goes, "You fucked many." Then nameless, faceless many.
Yes.
I used to say that over and over again as a little kid, which is really bad.
Inappropriate.
Very inappropriate. But that to me is one of the best lines of the movie. Like one of the best exchanges. And like his rationale, well,
I know.
It's not a friend. I just fucked a lot of them. Nameless, faceless.
Exactly.
Oh, that when he says that, it's like, what, dude?
Yeah. And I mean his rationale
Whose side are you on, buddy?
Movie is like I will stop cheating when she agrees to marry me.
Right.
Which is like such a backwards way of living life.
Good luck
right?
with that, buddy. Yeah. That math doesn't check out.
Yeah, and him like and I'm sure he's done this in the past because they clearly the movie doesn't really allude to Ali Sheedy sort of knowing, but it must happen. It must be happening other times for Alec to so comfortably tell Kevin when Leslie's out of the room, just be like, here's the situation. Like, yeah, exactly. I went to go buy this for her and it just happened. Here we are doing it in front of the stand-up mirror, right? Like the comfortability that Alec has in telling someone in their close friend group that information. Clearly it's a thing that he's been doing.
Not the first time, yes.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Probably been doing it all throughout university.
I would assume maybe the female, like the Jules and Mayor, what's Mayor Winham's character?
Wendy.
I would assume they didn't know because, girls are going to tell. Girls would tell Leslie. But I think it's kind of assumed by that conversation that the guys all know.
Well, and the guys probably know because, the bravado thing is to be like, I slept with her, right? Yeah. Telling your boys this kind of stuff.
And the guys aren't going to tell on you.
Exactly. Whereas Ali Sheedy, she may not have hard proof, right? She just has an inkling, so she might not be actually talking about it to her girlfriends. But it's not until in that moment that she sort of suggests it. And his reaction gives her all the answers. And then he goes after Kevin, right? Just assuming that Kevin is the one that told Leslie.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's more embarrassed that he's outed or that he was had because she duped him. You know what I mean? She's like, I didn't know. He didn't tell me anything. I had a hunch. You just fucking showed your cards, you asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and you're right. Like, in that moment, his anger... It has
shifts.
To be mixed. Yeah, it has to be mixed with like he's caught, right? Like he's things are changed. Things are going to fall apart, right? And then on top of that, Leslie goes to crash at Kevin's house, and to get the support of a friend, she needs a place to stay. She can't go back to her place with Alec, and it just so happens that this is kind of the thing that maybe in the back of his mind, Kevin has been waiting for. And
it was very Love Actually, this moment, obviously.
He doesn't react in a way when she he can see her looking through that little box where she finds all the photos of her, and he doesn't he doesn't do the reaction of like, oh no, don't look in there, he's still
this is it, it's happening, background. This is real.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's kind of like seizing the opportunity in a way, and he kind of, I think he sort of explains himself well. And I don't think like photos of her is like borderline weird. But if we're comparing photos of her to Kirby driving all the way up and stealing Wendy's car and all that kind of stuff, it's a different sort of level. So I'll excuse it. Plus, in the world of filmmaking, it's visual storytelling, right? Like all these things about it. But I don't think it comes across as creepy, right? Kevin,
isn't that funny? I find it the opposite. I kind of find it the opposite. I don't find what Kirby did to be creepy. I guess because I'm thinking of the context of the time, and I'm thinking he just loved this girl, who's trying to get to her, trying to do everything to impress her. I guess now, maybe.
But he's so not self-aware in any of those
So not
choices.
Yeah.
So not self-aware.
And Kirby is borderline like he's being a pest, right?
He
Yeah.
has no game. He has no game. He doesn't know how to get this girl. He has no game.
Which is more annoying.
But I remember
if he was charming, maybe, but the fact that he's like has no game,
but
Dr. Dale is like, oh my god.
Kevin's always got that. He's always like he's Andrew McCarthy, right? So he's let's be honest here. He's not the most wide ranging of performers. Like, he's always got that look on his face, and then he's got a sarcastic aside, and he's always kind of mumbling, or he's in the background of the shots.
Yeah,
so he always came off to me as being a little more creepy.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he had a secret this whole time, and then we didn't know it until we know it.
Right. Yeah,
I think he's.
I found him to be one of the more complex characters because of it, because he's the one who's actually swallowing all of this stuff while everyone else is airing their shit in public.
Right.
Everyone else.
Exactly that, paired with the, the assumption that he's gay.
That he's
right?
gay. Yep.
Yeah.
And he can't even tell him no because
Mm-hmm.
he just has to let them fucking assume. Because he can't say I'm in love with dipshit's wife over
Exactly, and he's not going to tell Jules in that moment because he doesn't want to make things weird or ruin anything, or have the future, any sort of time he's with Leslie or looking at Leslie, Jules might be like winking at him or whatever, right? Like he's protecting himself by not saying I'm not gay, I'm in love with Leslie, right? Like he could clear everything up. Exactly. It's just going to make things worse. I think we'll talk about it a little bit later, but Andrew McCarthy, he made a documentary in 2024 called Brats, and it's about reconnecting with the quote unquote Brat Pack.
It's great.
I think it's okay. Have you seen it, Scott?
Yeah.
I watched it for this episode. I think it's okay. I think it's Andrew McCarthy dealing with it.
It's like his book. So
okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Got
the
it.
book is called Brat.
I don't want to get into it. I want to finish the cast, and then we'll talk about the article. We'll talk about the documentary. Demi Moore. We've talked a little bit about her.
She loves her absolute.
Relatively
I love
unknown.
I love when she sleeps over for the first night when she crashes, and and he's putting together the bed, and he's like glaring, and like Jules as soon as he hears the knock on the door. But she pours the absolute. Yeah, she gets 2 glasses, pours the absolute, and doesn't pour Ali Sheedy one.
Yes, exactly.
I love.
I didn't even notice. That's so funny.
Yeah, she pours herself one first, and it's not until Ali Sheedy like says something, or they like sort of connect on some sort of like, I think it's after the Alec is becoming a Republican and he wants to get married, and then it's like, okay, cheers to that or whatever. That's when she pours.
So was that on purpose, or is that a flub that they just left in?
I think.
I don't know.
Do you see Ali Sheedy pour it in the next shot, or is it already poured?
No, I believe Jules pours into Ali Sheedy's cup.
After that,
yes,
after that,
I think.
But I wonder if she was supposed to do it the first time too, and just forgot, or if it was
going into her own and starts taking a big chug of.
I think it's more what Scott is alluding to in her vices, right? She's drinking and doing drugs, and she's just there. She pours herself a drink to.
Well, and that she's also like I think she's that one person in the friend group that's self-centered, a bit of a narcissist. But you still like them, you still love them, but she's there to pour herself drink and wash away, talk about her step monster. She doesn't care about anything else going on.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of visual storytelling.
Yeah, I like it.
I think Demi Moore probably has the biggest career post St. Elmo's Fire. I mean, Emilio is a close second. I'm talking like the main 7. So I think it's Demi Moore. She kind of escapes the Brat Pack curse in a way.
Yes,
not the same way Tom Cruise, because Tom Cruise is specifically named in this article we're going to talk about a little bit later. Right. But Tom Cruise, by all means, he gets away from that early on. Risky Business, huge breakout. His career, takes off from there. Demi Moore, she's part of this. She's in this scene. She's making movies with Emilio, as you mentioned, Wisdom after the fact. But then she gets, the G.I. Janes, A Few Good Men. She becomes iconic. Striptease. She becomes iconic outside of these.
Well, yeah, movies. Because you're forgetting she did like Wisdom. She did that. She did a bunch of little smaller movies at the end of the 80s. Then she agreed to do one movie to film it in 1989. That was going to be a small movie that turned out to be Ghost in 1989.
That's what I was going to say. That was Ghost. The one that broke her massive.
Nobody expected that movie to be big. That was a small budget, bad special effects. One of my favorite movies ever. And then that movie propelled her to. And what's frustrating about her is Ghost propelled her to a different level, and then she did Mortal Thoughts, and then she did The Butcher's Wife, and it's just like, oh brutal. My God!
No, you're right. Wicker Man and whatever else. Yeah, you're right.
Stop it! It's like,
yeah.
I loved her so much.
You're so right.
I was like in love with her, and I was like, every movie sucks after Ghost. G.I. Jane's good. Oh, but what's the movie? Disclosure, where she was what's his name, Michael Douglas. She had a couple of movies then in Striptease, but even Striptease was a joke of a movie.
Yeah, it was not good.
Then she retired. Yeah, she said, all right, I'm done.
Well, and she ended up
we wouldn't have the Oscars film slap if it weren't for G.I. Jane and
that's
Demi
true,
right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Shout out Chris Rock, Team Chris Rock.
Team Chris Rock.
Us too, yeah. Way to go, Nicole. Shout out to my late wife.
Yeah, I mean, she ends up marrying Bruce Willis. Mm-hmm. Ashton Kutcher for a while becomes Demi Moore Kutcher for a while.
Yeah. When she was with Bruce Willis, they had a place in Connecticut, and we would see them walking around Ridgefield together, holding hands, like they were young and like in love, like they weren't fucking famous, walking into the hardware store or the pizza place. Crazy.
I will say, as of recent, one of the most heartwarming things I've seen is the way Demi. I'm gonna get emotional now. The way Demi is like there for Bruce with his condition. 100%. They have kids together, right? Like they're connected through family ties, whatever the case it is, but they weren't together for many, many years. But post Bruce Willis and his condition and his retirement and all this stuff, I just feel like, oh my God, like I can't, I don't know these people. These are just people I watch on movies, but I just go like, oh my God, I can't believe she's there for Bruce, her ex-husband, the father of her children.
You see the famous house in Idaho where Demi and Bruce lived when they had the kids. Yeah. When they got divorced, Bruce moved across the street so he could still be with the kids. And they carried on such a, like, you can see it on Google Street View. You can see the two driveways across the street from each other. It's crazy. Yeah. And then he's got the new wife now, and she's like, they're all living together.
Yeah.
They all lived together during COVID.
Yeah.
Like they all got together and stayed in the same house during COVID, and then now I believe Bruce, I don't know where he is now. I don't
know either.
But I know that the wife and Demi, they're all living in the same house again when he got sick and helping. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And I'd already mentioned it, but she is like so incredible in The Substance. This movie is so great. It's gross and it's disgusting at times, but it is so much fun, and both Margaret and Demi are incredible in it. Love that movie so much. It's actually
tie-in.
It's my water bottle, my activator, my green activator water bottle.
See, if you didn't tell me, I would have thought that was from Reanimator. It looks like Reanimator.
I'll be right back. You guys
of course. Yeah, there's a Reanimator reference, like a big reference in The Substance.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, when you check it out, you'll go, "Oh my God, that's the Reanimator thing."
Got it.
You'll get it. Yeah, I mean, I keep referring, to this article and now to this documentary, this Andrew McCarthy Bratz documentary. Demi Moore is the best part of this Bratz documentary. She says some of the most like poignant things in the documentary. She kind of gets through to Andrew McCarthy and his, struggling with the moniker, the Brat Pack. That's kind of what it's all about.
Yeah.
And
because it's a bar that you have to like, it's like holding you up to, right? That's some standard.
Yeah, it's ultimately like it's diminishing their performances. It's diminishing their work. This Brat Pack title that they got, sided with in '85.
It's on Hulu or Disney Plus. I can't watch it. I'll find it.
Oh, yes, yeah, that's what it is. Hulu in the States, Disney Plus in Canada. Judd Nelson. We've sort of talked about Judd Nelson a bit on our Breakfast Club episode. An actor that is famously difficult to work with, but delivers in such an intense way.
I'll say, yeah.
Another one of my favorite scenes was when Leslie comes to pick up her stuff, and he and Alec has taken a sick day, and that scene where they're like arguing over the records.
No Springsteen is leaving this house.
Yes,
you can have all the Carly Simon.
Yes,
so sexist.
It's so exactly.
It's almost a disdain for women the way he says.
Yes, yeah. I think that was probably like my favorite like acting scene, between those two people, where they're at in their story. Both those actors I love, obviously, from the Breakfast Club. That's my Bender and my basket case. And I just love the argument about the records meaning so much more. Like there is so much in them divvying up those records.
It has nothing to do with the records, obviously.
No.
Yes. And he actually probably doesn't even really care about the Pretenders. It's just like, what is she taking, right? Like, he's not letting her win, right? He
doesn't want her to go in the first place.
Yes, yes.
And the moment she's out, he's like, I want her back. How do I love her?
He's mad at himself, ultimately, right?
Yeah.
He's aware now that he's been caught. That's the thing, is he's only mad at himself because he's been caught, right?
You're right. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm only remorseful because I'm caught, because he wasn't remorseful before.
Yes,
you're right.
That's even more so. It's the only reason he's feeling bad and wants her back is because he's been caught cheating.
Yeah.
Judd Nelson is an interesting guy. He's recently been doing more conventions and panels for Breakfast Club reunions. So I think maybe he's sort of turned a leaf on talking about things, or maybe the money is just so good that he's like, I'll go to these shows. Yeah.
Maybe this Andrew McCarthy documentary kind of woke everybody back up to it. And it's like, look, if he can talk about it and we can, if we can be honest that it's not 100% awesome like all the fans think it is, like there's some roller coaster for us, then all of a sudden it's not like, it's not a problem anymore because you've addressed it. Even though it might be on a case by case, it's like Biff from Back to the Future. Like once he finally got over the hill, he embraced it, and they embraced the shit out of him.
And back in the 80s, you couldn't, if you did one or two bad movies that didn't do well, not even bad, like it doesn't matter if they were good or not.
They just didn't hit.
Non-successful, right.
You were done.
Yeah.
You didn't get offered the big movies anymore. And that's what happened with Judd Nelson. That's what happened with Judd Nelson. And that's what happened with a lot of the Brat Pack, but specifically Judd Nelson, because you would see him and stuff all of a sudden and be like, oh shit, there's
forgot about him.
You didn't see him a lot, but he did make another movie that's in my top 10 of all time. He was in a little movie called New Jack City, which is one of my favorite films of all time.
I've never seen it.
I have not seen that since it came out. Holy crap.
Yeah, watch it, then watch my filming locations video on it, because I worked really hard on that last year.
Okay, I will.
No, I will. I forgot. I liked that a lot as a kid because of Brandon, the world building. You'll love the world that they're in.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, I got to go inside there, which was nuts. They let me inside there. But he was in New Jack City, and I was like, okay, Judd Nelson's making a comeback. And then he did that serial killer movie in the 90s, and then
yes, I
he
know
was
the
on-
cover.
Yeah, he
you
was direct to video.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah,
was cable movies.
but that was the way it was. TV wasn't an option back then. They didn't like actors didn't go back and forth.
Movie actors didn't go to TV, and TV
he would
actors
only
didn't
do
go to
low-
movies.
He did
Unless
low
you were
budget stuff.
Michael J.
Like,
Fox.
Then Michael J. Fox figured, and a few of them were like, okay, well, time to move to TV. You know, why not? But that was, even when Michael J. Fox did it, was looked as a step down from movies. But now it's all
it's the same. Whether you're streaming or whether you're on cable TV,
like a movie or TV show. No. There aren't any,
and that's like someone like Judd Nelson didn't have those opportunities, because if his movie didn't hit, Judd Nelson would just be in the next Netflix show or the next Apple TV show, right? But those options did not exist, obviously.
And also back then there was not as many actors. I mean, there was not as many projects out. There was only movies and TV. There was 4 networks and like 5 studios, maybe some independent movie studios. So back then you didn't have social media where there's a million different actors and stuff and all these different things. So that's why
only so many projects per year. You're exactly right. It was a numbers game.
These actors were so huge when it came out too, and like worldwide famous. They were getting like people pounding on their limos in Japan and everywhere. They were like rock stars.
Teen Beat. Cover of Teen Beat magazine.
And they were like that. Did you read that part about? I just read this last week. In the movie where they go a booga booga booga. Did you read about how that came up?
Yeah, they were inspired by like seeing the groups of people, like fans, we'll call them, or people like talking about them.
Yeah, they would whisper to each other, "Oh my God, there's Rob Lowe, there's Rob Lowe."
Yeah, and then laugh. Yeah.
So the
really? In the bathroom. That was the thing that apparently they did as like a joke that they were doing, and maybe they were doing it outside, like on set, and then put it into the movie.
I just found that out last week. I remember being a kid doing that. It's so douchey with my friend. We thought we were so cool doing that. we would do that. But now, 40 years later, I'm like, oh, that's what it means.
Yeah. Anything else on Judd Nelson? I mean, he's great in Breakfast Club.
He's the whack packer. I know the whack packer, the rat
packer.
Sorry,
the whack. Sorry, favorite topic.
Howard Stern.
Oh yeah, Baba Booey. Judd Nelson, great nostrils. Great nostrils. Best nostrils.
Best
nostrils won't quit.
Best. I just about said best nachos. Best nostrils in cinema for sure.
Those saw a lot of white powder in the 80s, I'm sure.
And
you know that about Demi Moore on the set, right?
Demi Moore was going through a drug addiction at the time, and she was trying to better herself. She was going through sobriety. And I learned this from.
So then they write it into the script that she's got to do blow in this movie. That sucks.
I learned this from the Bratz documentary, but apparently production paid to have a sober companion with her for 24 hours, 7 days a week.
He was basically fired. He was basically fired, and Joel Schumacher gave her another shot, and then they had their. Sobriety person.
I would guess that might have something to do with insurance bonding too, because she would have been fired unless they had someone like that
something in place
set with them. Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's a liability situation for the insurance company.
I didn't even until I watched it last week again. I didn't even get the reference to when Judd Nelson, when Alec takes Billy into the bathroom because he got fired from a job that he got him.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh, a little pick me up."
Yeah, I never, as a kid, and
that's why we're going in the stall to have a little.
I never caught that. Then when I watched last week, I was like, and like,
you're right.
I mean, that's what he was known for. And all those, all those actors would have been around. It would have been partying, but it was all very brief because they were all sober by like '88.
Yeah,
like all of them. Not like
Drew Barrymore was in the news at that point.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore was next. Andrew McCarthy got sober. Rob Lowe famously got very sober. And then Demi Moore, and I don't know about the rest of them, what their situation was, but
Robert Downey Jr. took a little longer.
He took it took a little while.
Took a little bit longer.
I was working at
a few.
I was
neighbors
working at Everybody Hate, or at David E. Kelly, and he was on Ally McBeal at the time,
Right.
and he got arrested during that, and they had to fire him for all the same reasons I was telling you before, the insurance. They had to let him go.
Yeah.
And he attributes that firing to being one of the things that got him sober, because he did get sober after that, but it was such a public humiliation during his comeback tour that it was like, I think it was one of those, his people must have told him, like, bro, you're an adult now, get your shit, kind of like the movie, like, you're an adult now, we're not kids anymore, get your shit together.
Yeah, it took him a while. When he walked into the
that would have been like 02.
Was the neighbor's house in Palm Springs or in Hollywood? Remember, he walked into the neighbor's house and went to sleep.
Oh yeah, but I think it was Hollywood.
It was Hollywood,
wasn't it? I think so. Yeah.
He had a famous fuck up in.
Yeah, he just helped himself. He was like, ah.
So he did that.
Went to sleep on the couch or something.
Palm Springs. What did he do? He did something crazy in Palm Springs too. That was another big. But the going to sleep at his neighbor's house, thinking it's his own. Yeah, that'll sew me up.
Yeah. Ali Sheedy.
But he became Iron Man. He sobered up and became Iron Man.
Yeah, and changed the world.
Changed the world.
Ali Sheedy plays Leslie. I love her. I think she's fantastic. But again, this is all just because of Breakfast Club. It's just.
She is adorable though. She definitely has a quality that's endearing. And the camera loves her for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other big 80s movie I loved her. Short Circuit, but she was in what's the other movie she was in there?
War Games.
War Games.
War Games for me is one of the best freaking 80s movies ever.
War Games.
Same director though as Short Circuit, John Badham. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we'll see Ali Sheedy not
2 weeks
in a couple of weeks. Yeah, we'll be up in Astoria for the Short
She's
Circuit.
Gonna be there for that?
Yes.
Her and the
Scott,
Goot.
come on up. I'm moderating panels with Gutenberg and Ali Sheedy and John Badham and Johnny Five and everything. Yeah.
What's the Short Circuit house?
Yep. Our friend Rich owns the Short Circuit house.
Well, I think he contacted me or something and asked me.
Probably he's texting me right now as we speak. So.
Ask him? Did he contact me? Because I feel like he did. What's his name?
Richard Bates.
Richard Bates.
Short Circuit House.
Or would it be on social media? Or
I'm looking now.
I just sent him a text. We'll see what he says.
He's not following me or to write me. I guess I'm just having delusions of something. But Adam's sister and brother-in-law are going out there. Adam and Ryan.
I heard that.
Faith and Ryan.
Faith and Ryan. Yeah, Mermaid Faith and Ryan.
What's the dates of that?
June 5th to 7th.
6th and 7th. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think there's stuff going on the 4th too, but like officially, I think it's the 5th, 6th, 7th.
We'll both be there. A couple other the crew will be there.
Yeah, I don't think Mike is coming, but Justin's coming, I think, right? And Robbie Retro for sure.
You got to get me. If I can't make, you got to get me a shot. Somebody got me a video of Steve Gutenberg saying, "Watch Scott on tape." Like 7 years ago when I first started. Yeah. And I don't know where the video is. I'm gonna look for it, but if I can't get it, you're gonna have to give me another one of him giving me a shout out. He's the goat. He's Toronto by proxy. He's shot so many movies here, and like we love him here.
Yeah.
Anybody I bring him up to, or that we're doing this or going up there for this, anybody I have brought this up to has said back to me, "I love Steve Gutenberg, and let me tell you why." It's unbelievable to me. And some people, it's because Police Academy or whatever. And then around here, like you were saying, Brandon, it's because of his public response to the fires in LA and everything, and how he's being very vocal about it and very helpful and literally just all about, contributing in his community. And it just, I think, goes to show what an awesome dude he is. But it's crazy the love people have for Steve Gutenberg.
His Instagram,
awesome.
he walks around and gives uplifting messages on Instagram all the time.
Yes. He just about how grateful he is.
Seems like a sweet dude. And when I was a kid, I watched. So Police Academy was filmed here, which I didn't know at the time. But I saw "Can't Stop the Music," the Village People movie.
Yes.
Which I loved. I
so
loved
much fun.
I loved it. So all this stuff, and and he's the star of it. And then, it's a long story. My mother one time when I was like 15, it was like, she's like, You don't know why they're there. It is.
Oh, whoa!
I
All right,
asked her
I'm adding it
something
to the list. Can't stop the music.
Yeah,
I
it's so much fun.
asked her something about seeing the movie once on TV, and she said something about those people being gay, and I was like, "Are those people are gay?"
I
What do
did
you
the
mean?
same exact thing.
I
That's
was like
hilarious.
15. I was wise enough
Yeah.
to know at this point. It was really funny. My mother was like, where have you been, kid?
Yeah.
Like what? Like
Now,
what?
what planet are you on?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Dude.
And when you watch Can't Stop the Music now, it's like, oh, okay. yeah, get it. And it's a great movie.
Yep.
Do the milkshake.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
Scott. I had the same experience with
Right?
my dad. Yeah, he was like, and I was like, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know. The same thing with Barry Manilow, by the way.
I don't know if is he out.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
My
I
dad
don't
seemed
know.
to think he was. That was a
I
long
don't
time
know.
ago.
Yeah, my mother was just like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I brought it up multiple times. I'm gonna recommend it again for everybody watching. But Ali Sheedy in this John Candy film,
Oh,
Only
it's
the
adorable.
Lonely. They
Adorable.
are so good in this movie. This is a John Hughes produced movie, written and directed by Chris Columbus, who directed Home Alone, Home Alone 2, the first 2 Harry Potter movies, Jingle All the Way.
Didn't he do the Honey I Shrunk the Kids? Did you do that one?
Yeah, I believe that's
No.
no, that's
think he
Joe
did.
Johnston. No, that's
Ah,
Joe
crap!
Johnston.
You're right.
Yeah,
Dang it,
yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with that movie, though. I agree. John Candy's vulnerability in that movie, and Ali Sheedy's for that matter, is awesome. Awesome.
It was a recent discovery for me. I only saw it for the first time. I guess it would have been last year, maybe the year before that. Maybe it was last year. I can't remember. It was before the John Candy documentary, because when I found out that the John Candy documentary was coming out, I was like, I need to watch all the John Candy
Deep
movies
dive.
I have never seen. And so that's when I watched Only the Lonely and Delirious. What else?
Going Berserk? Did you watch that one?
I've seen Going Berserk.
Okay.
Harry,
what's the Delirious? You say Delirious with the
Delirious, yeah. And I think there was another one. I don't remember, but Only the Lonely stuck out to me as like, oh my god, this is like an undiscovered gem in my mind.
And Jim Belushi too, right? Isn't he in that? Isn't
Yes,
he the other ambulance driver? So they're funny together.
Yeah, great movie.
So the movie I would say is okay, but John Candy is just the best, and Ali Sheedy's
John
great.
Candy raises up everything because he did. He's one of my favorites. And unfortunately, he did some clunkers, but he's always given.
I'll even watch the clunkers though. I'll even watch the clunkers. I love Canadian bacon.
He's
I
given
really
his
like
all.
Canadian bacon.
He's given his all. Yeah. I hate Nothing But Trouble. I know you guys probably love it, but
I hate it too. I'm with you.
I love it.
Brandon loves
Tell
it.
me more.
I know you mentioned the beginning.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's what you mentioned. I was gonna say. I remember when I saw that, I was like, "This is so bad. This is so bad." And I haven't seen it since, so maybe I should give it another. I haven't seen it since the '90s.
I am aware how bad it is, but I had so much fun watching it. I love this movie. I refer to it as Dan Aykroyd's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's what it feels like to me.
So, well, yeah, but isn't it more like Dan Aykroyd's Rocky Horror Picture Show with the music and the fucking spectacle in the house and all that too?
I'm a huge hip hop head, so Digital Underground, they're in it. So that to me,
that's true. That's pretty awesome.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. I love that part. And, I think Tupac's in it, right? Isn't Tupac?
Tupac's in it.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see Tupac.
Because he was in Digital Underground at that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm not a crazy person. I know that Nothing But Trouble is a bad movie. Doesn't mean that I love every single second of it.
No, but some people really love it. So I always think to myself, maybe I should give it another shot. But I think I'm going to say, Great
weird,
Outdoors.
Wild.
Yeah, Great Outdoors.
Gross.
Love Great Outdoors. Love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great Outdoors. And we just did Summer Rental on the show. And those are, Summer Rental to me is one of the best comedies ever.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Summer Rental. I went to those locations too. I have the picture of, I'll show you this. There's the frat house from St. Elmo's Fire.
Yep.
Oh yeah, where they're walking out.
They're walking out. Yeah, the first shot.
Yeah, the opening shot.
It's actually difficult when you're there. You're surrounded by like 10 buildings that all look the exact same.
Yeah, brick buildings with columns.
They all look the exact same. So when the first time I did it, I think I got the building wrong. And then when I went back, this is now 2023 is the last time I was there. When I went back, I made sure to match up. I think there's a light post or something. So I found the exact one. It was hard. It wasn't easy, believe it or not. But
yeah,
those locations are really like walking the streets of Georgetown, like where the dress shop is, the restaurant, all that stuff. Very, very cool. All the shots of them driving the Jeep around, really, really cool. And you just feel like but once you walk onto that, like the quad, I guess you would call it, you feel like you're in the movie. You feel like the theme is those synths that are about to start up. Yeah, I'm like,
if only you could remember how the song went.
Yeah.
While this movie played, all I could think was, does this guy get paid every time it's played within the movie?
Well, what about the love?
Because it's got like 15 different versions of this same song in the movie, and it just keeps
different versions of the love theme too. There's the love theme.
Yeah.
There's the Georgetown, which is a variation of it. Then at the end of the soundtrack, they got the love theme with the lyrics, which
in its entirety.
Get rid of those lyrics because the love theme. It's such an amazing theme with the synths and all the sounds, and then when the loving, it's like, oh my god, it sounds like it's one of the worst songs ever. And then without the vocals, it's like one of my favorite songs of all time.
I did forget to mention that St. Elmo's Fire bracket, Man in Motion close bracket, did reach #1 on the U.S. Billboard 100. Wow. It was there for 2 weeks, and then I didn't get the numbers, but the love theme that you mentioned, Scott, also charted on the
and then it got knocked out by Power of Love next week.
Yeah, easily.
And when I was this is a true story because when I was a kid, I had the cassette of the soundtrack. So my parents got me the cassette, and it starts off with Man in Motion, and then you turn it over, and I think either track 6 or 7, I can't remember. It could have been the first song on side B, was the love theme. So I would just flip, bloop, bloop, back.
Yeah,
that's all
play,
But I always was like, what about that song that they play when he comes back? It's a variation of the love theme.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm never gonna be able to have that. That sucks. Da 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 da. It's 3 songs later on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
But I never pressed fast forward. Like,
oh my god!
15
you
years,
had it the whole time.
Yeah. The whole time I was like, I guess I have to watch the movie to hear this.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
And there it was.
Is the sax solo on the soundtrack?
No sax solo, and also the song that they're singing. Remember when he comes out of the bathroom? Give me a girl who drinks. Where they're all arm in arm. And when all the extras are around them, like pretending to drink, it's so funny. It's like Jay, how movies are shot. Like nobody's really drinking; they're all doing
continuity.
That song's not on the soundtrack either.
What about Aretha Franklin's "Respect"? Is that on the soundtrack?
Not on the soundtrack. No.
Where is that in the movie?
That is when Kevin is alone in his apartment, and he's smoking at the sunglasses, and he's playing the bongos.
Oh shit! Yeah. Yes, I love that. You're right.
That I loved so much because. How many of us have done like weird stuff like that when we're just like thinking that we're alone? You're singing at full volume.
You're in the zone.
Yeah, you're just like dancing around your house. You're just like banging on things. I loved him. Like, and then somebody comes and he like, okay, I was being weird. Love that.
Brandon, so I can get rid of this off my phone. Is there a chance you could pull up the shot on the Universal backlot of the awning and the place again?
Yeah, of course.
I want to see if this does line up because I feel like I'm pretty sure. Boy, it doesn't look the same, does it?
No.
You know what, though? I think it is probably the same because the thing is these doorways are all practical. And I know that doesn't mean much to you, but like there's actually bathrooms through some of these, like on Brownstone Street and stuff. So like they even if the facade looks different, they would have the entryways in the same location.
The doors would stay the same.
Yes, and I really think that this one is actually probably that brown one next to the green one.
So, Jay, you have access to the Universal lot?
No, Scott, I hear what you're getting at.
No,
it's 30 years of being in the industry is all it is. So I'm just looking at Google Earth right now.
No, because I was going to say next time I'm in LA, I don't care to do a video, but I'd go with you just to look at that one building.
Oh, absolutely. Let's do it. And then we can and like really do a deep dive and explore it.
I'll be there like October. Because I was just like, I did the Universal tour, all that. And no, I would never ask to be like to do like just. I would like to just go and look and see. Okay,
No,
this is where it is.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm a big Indiana Jones historian when it comes to that stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, you know I'm not a Back to the Future fan. I don't care about the damn clock tower. I don't care. I'm kidding.
Dude, I had no idea that got viral like you guys go viral. I was like, what the hell? I wish I knew. I would have put more effort into it.
I got this reputation of not liking Back to the Future because I would make fun of it to Adam and to Ray and all these guys, just as a joke. And Back to the Future was one of the biggest movies for me as a kid. I loved it.
Oh,
and then now they always say, "Oh, Scott hates Back to the Future." And Adam would be like, "Yeah, I know you hate." I'm like, "No, Adam, I love it."
So the exact same thing happens to me in my friend group. They joke about how much I hate Star Wars. They're always like, "Oh, Brandon hates Star Wars." I love Star Wars. It's just because they buy Star Wars toys, they collect all of that stuff. I don't collect Star Wars, but I love Star Wars so much. But in my friend group, it's the exact same thing. They're just like, "Oh yeah, you hate Star Wars." They always make fun of me.
I'm looking around to see what Star Wars stuff I have here because I'm a Star Wars nut. But
all right.
Yeah.
Last but certainly not least, Mare Winningham. She plays Wendy. The only
Turner and Hooch.
Yeah, the only actress I actually don't really know. I had Turner and Hooch. I've seen Turner and Hooch. I don't remember her in it, to be honest.
She's the vet.
Okay. She ends up
and the love interest.
She's working a lot. Ends up doing American Horror Story, which I've never seen, but I
didn't know that.
Was really popular. 14 episodes of American Horror Story, and then
do you consider her a rat packer? Because I would, and I don't know that I should.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, so she's just in this one.
She's like a one-off in that regard, right?
An alternate, if you will.
Yes, Tom Cruise. They want in the Brat Pack, so that like. And he was part of
right.
He's not really like.
How would he even be considered? Like, what is he in? Is he
Outsiders.
in any crossover? Oh shit, you're right.
Yes, the Outsiders.
I can't remember the other big.
But I don't consider Matt Johnny Drama's brother Matt
Dillon.
What the fuck is his name? Dillon, Brat Packer.
Yes. But that's exactly it. Is like he's not. But
okay,
these are all, like there's people outside the Brat Pack, but there is only a few people that are like, and it essentially is. It's like Emilio, Judd Nelson, Andrew McCarthy, Rob Lowe, Ali Sheedy. It's the Breakfast Club, the Anthony Michael Hall,
Molly Ringwald,
Tom Cruise.
Demi Moore, though, right? We count her. She's in a few of them.
Yes.
Or is she ancillary, too?
She's a little bit more outside, not necessarily. Again, these are all things I'm just relating to the article.
I'm looking at it, too, and I'm thinking she probably got cast based off of Thornbirds. That was huge.
Maybe, yeah.
Thornbirds?
Yeah.
Forgot about Thornbirds.
Right.
That was a huge book.
There's not very many other things she did. Oh, she played Helen Keller in a TV movie, but she didn't really do anything.
For The Miracle Worker, that's right.
And I imagine she might have just been also the right person for the role. Right? Coming in on auditioning, because the character of Wendy is kind of insecure. She is having body issues. She thinks that she's fat. She is kind of like she's kind of stuck under the same roof, her childhood home. She's living with mom and dad.
Wealthy family, but she's doing the nonprofit job at the.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
She wants nothing more than to move out on her own and have her own place, which again,
Daddy, I really think I should have an apartment.
Another bit of dialogue that I just absolutely loved was when she's talking about that peanut butter and jelly sandwich and how it's just like, it's
the best tasting one ever.
The best tasting peanut butter and jelly because it's her kitchen and in her. And I'm like, oh my God, I get that. That is a sentiment that I really can understand. I remember when I moved out and it was just like, oh my God, this is like I'm on my own, right? Like this is my space,
right?
That obviously I'm a big collector, so like I like to have my space and my things, and I completely understood where she was coming from in that moment of like, this is mine, the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Loved it.
Yep.
I mean,
totally relatable.
It's a great scene when they're on the roof. You know, when she's like,
and
I've never done this. I've always wanted to do it, or whatever she said when she climbs out on the roof.
Yes, I love that she doesn't like fully climb out on the roof. She just kind of like sticks her legs out on the window. You know, her infatuation with Billy, I think also kind of lends me to believe, you know, how insecure she is. She's completely enamored with him, right? Yeah. Knowing full well that he's a bad influence and
bad.
Yes.
But he has a soft spot for her too.
Yes.
You can feel it, and you can, you know, so even though he, you know, what is this, a wetsuit or whatever he says to her when he's, you know, playing around
and that's and again, that's just Billy fucking up. That's him.
He has a heart, and you can tell that he does care for her. You know,
he's selfish at times. You know, in terms of like, I'm just gonna make a joke, right? Like,
I forgot. It's my best line. And where did you two meet? Prison.
Yes, exactly. Mother doesn't like to say things, so she whispers them, right? Yes, yes. That's a great bit. But yeah, like he does embarrass Wendy when he kind of snaps her tights or whatever it is, and then what does he say?
Brutal.
He says something.
He said, "Is this your wetsuit?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah,
unnecessary.
So he's making a little comment, and yeah, he's embarrassed Wendy.
He's being Billy cute too, though, right? Like he's not trying to be insulting.
Yes.
He's being Billy cute.
He doesn't know what he's saying. He's
exactly
moron.
But because of how Wendy feels about herself, she takes like she's that's what she's struggling with the most is kind of, she thinks her thighs are fat, right? Like she specifically says that to, I think is it Jules in the bathroom at the beginning of the.
My thighs.
At some point, he comes out. She's like, "You think you're fat?" She's like, "My thighs are fat." Yeah.
And I mean, as Joel Schumacher says, they dress her like a 70-year-old woman in the movie compared to the other two. Like
exactly.
She looks like, you know, like
she could have been a mom.
Yeah.
The way
she was a mom at the time. She had 2 kids.
I believe it.
Yes.
She had 2 kids.
And she's pregnant. Yes, that's right. I did read that. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. So maybe they were masking that too. Then maybe
that's true.
Maybe, but then you think, but this is the '80s over again. Political correctness didn't happen. They'd be like, "You're pregnant, you're out." You know what I mean?
Fire him. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's weird.
And there were no repercussions for that.
Yeah.
So I think
you no longer fit the role. Yeah.
I think that was the way her character was supposed to look. All kind of.
I get
shy and frumpy.
Frumpy, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But they never have the moment where like she's all that or whatever, where they let the hair down and take the glasses off. They never have the moment where she takes the sweater off and it's like, oh, she's hot under there or whatever the heck the thing is supposed to be.
An hour and 51 minutes. Billy's got to book it out of town before that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. And he's got to get his sacks out of Hawk and get to New York.
He's going to give her the ultimate gift, you know, taking her virginity, right?
Correct. Right. Yes. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, does he end up doing? No. Do they? Does he?
Well, they're stripping down. It was implied.
It is. That's right. Yeah. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, I just saw it last week. I forgot about that. Oh my god. I just find it funny.
It was implied that they definitely did it. Yeah.
He's going to New York City again with a saxophone, just not in his case, but you know, he's going to New York City to make a big as a sax player.
So you're going to have to check your horn.
Yeah, that's what to do in the '80s. And that scene would have been shot right on that lot, right there in front of the St. Elmo's. That's where the bus comes, right?
because they walk across
the bar
to
St. Elmo's.
Yeah.
They look in the window and they go, "It's a little crowded, a little young, or something."
Yeah, they want to go next time they're going to Houlihan's.
Yes.
For brunch.
Why don't we do brunch at Sunday? It's such a transition.
I like that.
I love it too.
That to me was very relatable as being an adult. I'm like, we can't do that shit anymore.
Yes.
We've
outgrown it. I think it's such a clear change in the group of being like, at the beginning of this movie, we came in, they were drinking. Kirby is working at the bar. He's sneaking a beer behind the group, right? Getting called out by Wally. Yeah.
Is it Kirby? Is it Kirby? Is that his name? Because it was Kerbo in the credits.
Yeah,
Kerbo.
That Kerbo's the nickname. They all have nicknames.
That's the nickname? Okay, got it. Okay.
Jules is Juliana, and
okay. All right, so Kirby is Kerbo.
Yeah,
okay.
I think.
Yeah, that's they call him Kerbo. I thought there was someone else that they call by a nickname. Maybe not.
But I do love that moment. I love them realizing like it's a younger crowd in there now, and even Judd Nelson is like, no, we'll go to Houlihan's. It's less noisy, or it's not as noisy, and there's less kids, right?
Yeah. It's. I mean, you do. I mean, but they're all like 22. And they're saying it's too noisy. I went to a concert last night.
I was in my 30s, when I was like,
I was at a concert last night in Toronto, for real, with one of my friends. I was telling you was talking about doing this podcast. And when we got in, the opening band was on, and I said to my friend, I said, are we getting older? Or is it just really loud at concerts now? He's like, I think it's just, I think we're old. But there was a mixed crowd. There was people older than me, but I was like, oh my God, this is too much. I'll have my Diet Coke, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Do either of you happen to know who Magnus Walker is? The car guy, the beard. Looks like Rob Zombie. He's a car guy. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But he's 10 years older than me. I was hanging out with him on Friday, and the night before, he was at a Prodigy concert.
Oof.
Here in LA.
That's cool.
What?
Yeah.
And I was like, Prodigy? He's like, yeah, man, the band, Prodigy. I'm like, smack my bitch up, fucking Prodigy. He goes, Prodigy. He's like, I didn't get home till 1 a.m. I was like, Jesus.
If I could go see Prodigy, but I had seats and I could sit down, I'd be so happy. If you told me I
sitting down, Prodigy, I guarantee this did not have that.
And I'd have to stand up, I'd start crying.
No, I guarantee it was the latter.
No, I can't stand up for 2 hours at a concert anymore. Come on.
Crazy.
The last sort of actor I want to shout out, Martin Balsam, plays Wendy's
father. Oh, love him.
So good. And, he's probably most famous for being the detective from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, and he is.
Whoa!
I didn't know that.
He's the actor.
Me neither.
Yes, so that the famous overhead shot of Norman Bates coming out of the bedroom and then stabbing him in the face, and then he falls backwards down the stairs with that rear projection.
Yes.
That's Martin Balsam.
Oh wow,
that's Wendy's father. Yeah. So lots of other.
He's been in so
films,
much stuff.
So many films, but he's the detective from 1960.
I read this last week about this movie. So Martin Balsam, who played Wendy's father, the mother of Wendy, they were married in real life 20 years before that.
No way.
Oh, I didn't.
So the actual parents in the movie were actually married, but they were they'd have been divorced for like 23 years.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Huh. And there they were together again on screen.
He's the guy who in The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. He's the guy who robs hijacks the subway in The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
I've never seen the original. I've only seen the remake.
That was John Travolta. What are you talking about?
John Travolta.
No.
That was recent Palme d'Or winner John Travolta.
Oh my God, that is Martin Balsam.
The original is worth a watch, Brandon. The original is spectacular, really good.
Yeah.
Oh, the original.
I started watching it on TV, and the channel was being weird, so I couldn't finish it.
Walter Matthau's great in it, and Martin Balsam is fantastic.
Isn't Jerry Stiller in the original?
Yeah, he's one of them too. Yep.
Yeah,
it's great. Good stuff.
Okay, so let's talk about this article we've sort of been alluding to through the whole time. Okay, so before St. Elmo's Fire came out, St. Elmo's Fire was released June 28th, 1985. This article came out June 10th. This is New York Magazine, an article written by David Bloom. Where is it here? Right here.
There it is.
So this is New York Magazine, Hollywood's Brat Pack.
Love it.
And this article started as a profile of Emilio Estevez. So Judd Nelson, Rob Lowe, they're all sort of hanging out together because they're in Los Angeles and they're shooting St. Elmo's Fire.
But you brought this up before, Brandon, on the other episode. Was this supposed to be a profile on Emilio, but he opened it up to everybody else?
Well, he just the David Bloom just was with Emilio. The initial pitch for the article was like he was going to profile Emilio Estevez. Wow. It just so happened that what Emilio was doing was hanging out with Rob
with
and
the Brat
Judd.
Pack. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
And so this article kind of is written in a very negative light towards these young actors. It is not. It is clearly an older person, and he's not even that much older than. I think he's like late 20s, David Bloom at this time. He is clearly so jealous.
I was just about to say that. That's exactly what
their lifestyle. Because the way he sort of attacks them for like just being young people who did plays in high school and are now in movies, you know, not going to college, not putting their time in as, you know, film actors in smaller parts, working their way up.
Kids in high school.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
It's all the kids that he hated in his own high school.
Exactly.
Cool. He's now he stabs them in the back.
100%, Scott. That's exactly what he's doing.
And when you read the article, it's very tame today. Like the stuff they're doing, there's nothing crazy. Like really, that's out of
all he's doing is he's kind of placing the author is kind of placing judgment on the things that the people are doing. You know, like one of the examples is Emilio Estevez wants to go see a movie and he doesn't want to pay $6 to see it to buy the ticket. He's like, oh, I know someone who can get me in for free. Right. And then goes out of his way to like find a phone to call his manager to get a free movie ticket. Right. Or at one point, a young fan comes and sits down at the table with everybody, and Judd Nelson kind of makes a big deal out of it, you know, kind of making a point of like
playing it up a little bit, right?
But Judd Nelson's point is like, okay, she's crossed the line. She came and sat down. It's one thing to come over, but to come and sit with us, like she's crossed the line, right? Like it's pointing out these things that they're doing, but David Bloom is casting such a judgment on them for the things that they're doing as young people going out. One of the other things is there is Bright Lights Big City, which ends up getting made with Michael J. Fox, is kind of a script that's kind of being worked on at this time. And a couple of these Brat Packers are kind of up for the role. The writer of the script is in town. They invite him out to come to like the Hard Rock Cafe with them. They kind of go and they dance and they drink or whatever. And the David Bloom makes the point of like, nobody even asked him about the script. Right. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't care about the script or the work or the insight from the author or the writer. I mean, they just invited the guy out that they've been friendly with and are potentially working with to come have a night on the town with them. Right. It's not necessarily work. So
if I remember correctly, it's very much a hit piece about like they're entitled and they're young, wealthy, and taking it, you know, they're, you know, into themselves. But there's no like, there's nothing about sex or drugs really in the article.
No, and it's like
that would be a little like, okay, if these guys are out there snorting blow in the middle of fucking Fargo, or you know, and they're having orgies up in the Hollywood Hills, that would be something where people would be like, oh, these guys are doofus. But otherwise, it's like I remember, who cares?
And then all of that is kind of culminated in the title of the Brat Pack. Now, this is a moniker that David Bloom came up with, obviously inspired by the Rat Pack of old Hollywoods, your Sinatras, your Sammy Davis Jr., right? He's just kind of a humorous spin on the Rat Pack, calling them the Brat Pack because they're young kids, right? This kind of is a shift because it puts this, it diminishes them as actors. It puts them in this box as like brats, right? Like it makes them seem like they are these entitled, you know,
difficult to work with,
or didn't earn any of the credibility that they have. You know, they're just young, hot faces who get thrown in these films, and they're not talented and they're not working hard, and
they're just going to bars and clubs and that sort of thing.
Which
or they're not appreciative of what they've. Okay.
Yes. Right. And so
David Bloom is the one who coined the name Brat Pack?
Yes.
Wow.
And this kind of
Brian Stidman who said that.
This kind of wrecked Andrew McCarthy. He has clearly been obsessed with the dropping of this article before St. Elmo's fire, and at this point in his career being labeled as a Brat Packer. And he clearly has his entire career, his entire life up until this point, been obsessed with the sliding doors of what would his career have been if he wasn't labeled a Brat Packer. And that's ultimately what he's trying to do in his documentary, Brats. I don't think it's not so much a documentary as opposed to like Andrew McCarthy just like trying to talk about his feelings with people who were part of that time period. And I had sort of mentioned earlier that I think the best person in that documentary is Demi Moore. She says the most insightful things to Andrew McCarthy. She kind of unlocks and opens up some things for him, and she has a really good sort of view on it. But essentially, he's kind of obsessed with the what if fact that he sort of blames his career not being as successful as he thought it was going to be on this particular article and the label of Brat Pack.
Yeah,
I think that there's a little bit of truth to it. He makes a point to the documentary saying that, like, you know, Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese aren't gonna call the Brat Pack, right? Like, you know, if you're
not now,
yeah. So it's an interesting read. I do have the article in the description linked below if people want to read it. One of the most interesting parts, you know, I don't think it's it's not great, but in the Andrew McCarthy Bratz documentary, he does go and talk to David Bloom, the writer of the article.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
That would be worth seeing.
Yeah, it's, I guess you sort of need to see it. Nothing sort of comes from it. David Bloom is very defensive of his work. Andrew McCarthy
is also 40 years ago. Yeah. This article, 41 years ago now.
Yeah. Andrew McCarthy is kind of like pressuring him to apologize for it. And again, the energy of like, I'm sorry I ruined your career is basically what he wants David Bloom to say. And that energy kind of like is throughout the whole documentary. But
so is it a tiny bit uncomfortable then? Because that's
it's a tiny bit uncomfortable. He talks to Rob Lowe, he talks to Demi, he talks to Leah Thompson, he talks to Leah Thompson's husband, the director of Pretty Pink. I'm forgetting his name right now.
Howard Deutsch.
Yeah, Howie Deutsch. Thank you. And a couple other people. So it's, again, the article is worth reading if you're interested in this kind of stuff. The documentary is like, is interesting. I just don't think it.
I'm gonna sound like an Andrew McCarthy hater, but I'm not, because I really do like it. But I mean, he had multiple opportunities, and he had two big hits, Mannequin and Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, huge hit. Got a sequel.
Mainstream.
Both got sequels,
kind of. Weekend at Bernie's is an iconic movie, right?
Those are two big hits, but like those, when all the John Hughes movies and St. Elmo's Fire gets lumped in with the John Hughes movies with all those actors, though all those actors exploded at once. It's the equivalent of boy bands. When they explode, they come around. They're so huge,
meteoric rise,
3 or 4 years, and then gone. And then maybe one rises from the ashes too.
What I was going to say.
That's what happened with with these Brat Pack actors, and then a lot of them. So I don't think, as much as the article was shitty and it kind of, you know, it was up to them to kind of do the work to
always
get
is
better roles.
And what's funny,
And I think the cream rose. I think Rob Lowe, Demi Moore, Robert Downey Jr. You know what I mean?
Cruise.
Tom
Cruise specifically labeled in the
those ones
article
specifically are still huge, famous today because they put in the work and also they're also super talented. I mean, look at Justin Timberlake, compare him to Chris Kirkpatrick in sync. There's a difference in talent.
Yeah, sorry, Chris Kirkpatrick, you can get your ass kicked, right?
Worse than little Limp Bizkit bastards. That's right.
What I was going to say is, ironically, in the Brat Pack article, Andrew McCarthy is barely mentioned. He's, I believe there's like one bit where he maybe is with them. I can't remember specifically, but
that's his real gripe. He didn't get enough press. Not enough ink.
The article is all Emilio, Judd, and Rob. It's 100%. Them out on the town with David Bloom. And then there's some comments about other people, and that's why I had mentioned we were talking about Matt Dillon earlier.
It's called Brat. Now that I remember it, it's called Brat. Yeah. He's obsessed with it. It's Andrew. Yeah. Dude, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, read the article, check out the documentary if to get a side of the story. There's some interesting things, and like I said, I do actually think it's worth it to hear Demi Moore talk about it. I think she's been through her own stuff
too. Yeah.
Yes, and I think she sort of unlocked something for Andrew, and it is good to see other people's perspectives on it. And he talks to Emilio and Rob, who are specifically the article is about them and their interactions with people and the things that they're doing that night. But it comes out right before St. Elmo's Fire is released. And there is, it's in the air, right? It's all these entitled kids, right? People believe what they're reading or what is being told to them about these people.
Well, back then, Scott was talking about before, there not being a lot of networks and studios, there weren't a lot of publications either. So the readership was much larger than it is today. So a New Yorker article in 1985 meant a lot of people saw it.
Sure. There's Vanity Fair, New Yorker, and New York.
Exactly. And that's one of the ones that you take seriously. It's a credible publication.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's not New York Post.
Yeah. It also shows you in the documentary how big this discussion topic was, because the amount of archival interviews they have of all of these people talking specifically about the article and the name, the Brat Pack, and all that through multiple years of all of these particular individuals doing press for their movies. They're always asked about the Brat Pack. What does that mean? What did the article do to you, right? How did it affect you? It's hard to say what is the reason that maybe St. Elmo's Fire didn't perform the way it should have. Is it the filmmaking? Is it the vibe that was in the, in the Hollywood at that time? This article comes out right before the film comes out. Is it a good movie?
Let's get to that. I mean, critics aside, Scott has his emotional attachment to this because he's seen it so many times since a kid. You and I just saw it today, basically.
Well, before we get into that, let me just do the release real quick, and then we can get into all that. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So June 28th, 1985, St. Elmo's Fire is released. Opens number 4 at the box office. Number 1 was Pale Rider, new this week, Clint Eastwood. Number 2, Cocoon, has been in theaters for 2 weeks. Number 3, Rambo First Blood Part 2, has been in theaters for 5 weeks. Number 4, St. Elmo's Fire. And number 5, Goonies, has been in theaters for 3 weeks. St. Elmo's Fire played for 13 weeks. Was made for roughly $10 million, went on to make $37.8 million.
Wow.
So,
which is a lot back then, but wasn't huge.
Yeah, it's technically a success, but we don't know what they spent on marketing, right? So it's it's marginally profitable if you just think about any movie doubling the budget for what their marketing is, right?
Yeah. I can see that the scene behind us right now.
It's definitely what it is now.
I like the scene behind you right there. He just said it. We need someone to get us some good drugs.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's his face.
There's one of those many
on
brick columned buildings you were talking about.
Yep.
So on this show, Scott, we always refer to, or we try to refer to our mates, Siskel and Ebert.
Oh yeah,
they hated this movie.
Yeah.
I love watching the old episodes when they review a movie that we're talking about. In this particular episode, Siskel is on something else. He is giving such old man energy. The things that he's complaining
his
about.
Back hurt.
Yeah, it's such like, okay, dude, this movie was not for you. Like,
yeah,
the problems.
Is that on YouTube? Is that on YouTube?
Yeah, you can find the Siskel and Ebert episode.
Make sure I watch that after.
Maybe he read the article right before watching the movie or something.
For sure he did. For sure.
And just chimed, got on the bandwagon.
My note is Siskel sounds like such an old man during his review. He said, "The arrogance of this movie nauseates me." And then Ebert's review was essentially, it's obnoxious and uninteresting, and every scene is a climax. So 2 thumbs down, 2 huge thumbs down for them.
They got. Remember Leonard Maltin? They got his review of.
I love Leonard Maltin.
I didn't like it at all. Remember that's what he's always saying. I can't wait to watch his.
In the commentary, Joel Schumacher talks about how he's like, I don't think there was one single positive review for St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh, they should have asked Little
Scott. Oh, really?
Little Scott, yeah.
Yeah, I would have said
Little Scott reviews.
Yeah, I would have said, it's the best movie ever.
Okay, before we finalize that, I just want to make sure we got everything that I wanted to
Oh my gosh,
about.
There's so much stuff. I mean,
have you ever noticed the dancing guy at like the soup kitchen in the background when they're when Wendy and Jules and Leslie are like at the soup kitchen and they're like talking to Jules about her affair with the boss. They're concerned and worried about her. Next time you watch it, in that scene, there is a guy in the far background and he's raised up and he's kind of like dancing in the background.
Really?
Yeah. I talked about how much I love the POV shot at the party. I love the line, I thought we were going to be friends forever. Forever got a lot shorter.
Oh my God, that's a killer.
I like that. Oh, we didn't really
Brandon,
talk about
did you notice there was a... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. You say your point, then I'll finish.
Did you notice the kid? There was a kid at some point, and I can't remember whose fucking kid it was now. I think it might be Mayor Winningham's younger brother. I don't remember. There's a kid in it at some point, and it's the same kid who plays young Albert Brooks in Defending Your Life in the flashback scenes.
Mayor Winningham's brother is in the movie, so maybe.
Oh, interesting. I didn't recognize the kid, but that would be funny if it was.
Let's see, because her.
But whatever the little young actor kid, he's just a little young kid. He plays young Albert Brooks in the flashback scenes. When he steals his paint, when he doesn't have the paints and all the different the kid on the playground and stuff.
Yeah. I absolutely.
Ron, the neighbor, the guy who's gay. He's a twin. I know that he and his brother are both actors.
He played David Silver's father on 90210.
You got me. I was going to say Donna Martin's father, but you're right. It was David's father who married Donna's mother. You're exactly right.
No, David.
Mel Goldstein or Mel.
Married Kelly's mother.
Kelly's mom. You're right. That's
David
what it was.
And Kelly became stepbrothers.
You're right. Good. Wow, look at you going deep. Nice.
That's my thing.
I felt like this movie felt like a directorial debut to me. It did not feel like a seasoned pro, and that's why I was asking about how early this was.
It's probably the biggest. It's the biggest studio movie he had made up until this point, because it's basically it's essentially like DC Cab and Incredible Shrinking Woman, which are very very independent, low budget films. I love. So we sort of talked about that scene where Billy is like making a move on Jules in the Jeep, and then he's
so uncomfortable.
I loved Demi Moore being like, I needed a friend tonight. Like that is that's so it's like heartbreaking.
It was before no means no. She's straight up just like, I fucking needed you, dude.
Yes, exactly. And she says no multiple times.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about
many ways.
The climax, which is Jules trying to freeze herself to death. And this kind of is like everybody coming together again, regardless of what's going on, to help their friend. And I mean, it culminates in Alec like holding Kevin over the balcony, right?
And, I love it. Oh yeah,
ridiculous.
It is kind of silly now when I look back. Like, I mean, it's so done to have like her in the big empty room with the curtains blowing. Like, it's so shot. It looks so. It's so stupid. You're right.
Exactly. It would have been better with everything closed and the gas going. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it would have made so much more sense.
Yes. I remember, like, maybe about the 10th time I saw it, I was just like, how is she not really trying to kill herself?
Ooh, she's shivering. Ooh, chilly.
In Washington, D.C. I mean, let's be honest here. That's going to be cold, but you're not going to. It's going to take you a while.
You're not going to freeze to death.
Yeah, and then make it into a bigger thing. But that was the 80s. I mean, everything was a little more.
Yeah, I think it's really to have the curtains billowing in that beautiful pink room, right?
So much of that movie is made to. I mean,
and that's what I'm saying.
That's Joel Schumacher. That's the way
exactly. The campiness of Joel Schumacher, the visionary style. It doesn't necessarily mean that everything works, but everything looks cool.
Everything looks good.
It looks good. Yeah.
Everything's shot really well, and everyone is shot really well.
Yeah, I think that
I don't know if I agree with that. I think that was part of it felt like a directorial debut. The way the actors blocking and the way the camera moved felt like it was not it felt disjointed.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought well, I'm thinking more like the close-ups of the faces.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Sort of
sets
stuff.
and other aspects of it, maybe not necessarily camera placement and blocking.
Lost Boys. I mean, there's another great example of
him. We didn't even
I forgot about Lost Boys.
He loves to get the shots of the beautiful actors' faces, male, the close-ups of the, emoting, and
I guess you're right. That stuff was nice. It was more like the wide shots in the bar or whatever. It's like, why are they going that? It looks like they didn't rehearse it or something, and they just went with it, and it just worked or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought of you at this line, Jay. Did you catch it? Hi, beautiful, like Porsches.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
One of my other notes is,
but it was said by a total fucking douche. It was
exactly. Such a throwaway. This is one of my other notes. Boy, this is the messiest group of friends I've ever seen. So many Chrysler LeBarons in these films we're covering. It was a very popular car of the time.
I wrote that down. LeBaron K car.
Another
the snow.
LeBaron.
Who was the woman chauffeur when Emilio Estevez is pretending to be Dr.
Mr. Kim.
Mr. Kim's attaché or whatever he calls himself. He's got the girl driving the car in the front as the chauffeur. Who was that?
I think
Did
that's
she just
Mr.
also
Kim's
work
chauffeur.
for Mr. Kim?
Yes. I believe that's just Mr. Kim's chauffeur because she comes to the party, right? Like he invites her to the party. Mr. Kim's gonna be mad that you're having a party. So I think that was just Mr. Kim's chauffeur.
He offers her an extra $100. There's an extra $100 in it for you.
Yeah,
and that's I think why she could. But do we ever actually see her again?
I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe she's at the party. I don't know.
No, it just felt like somebody I wanted more of, and then she was a throwaway, and we never got anything.
Yeah.
Anything? I said 1 hour in, I'm gonna blow my brains out with this fucking song because they played one song throughout.
It's a good song.
And then the record scratches, and then they're like, back to the song you love so much.
That was so funny. They got it right back.
It reminded me of is it Family Guy that makes fun of the Star Wars Cantina scene where they're like, play that same song again.
Yeah,
I love that joke so much.
That's the Blue Harvest. Hey, if you got any requests, just shout it out. Play that same song again.
Oh, I love that joke so much.
Joke. Any other plot things that we want to hit?
Have either of you seen Love Actually? I brought it up before.
Yeah, I hate Love
Christmas.
Actually.
I liked it.
Wow, I don't know anybody else who hates it. There is one vignette, that's all the different people's stories, and there's only one in it that I hate, and it's the one that's this storyline with the
cheating. With Hillary Swank.
Well, the best friend is in love with the wife, and then she comes over and sees the video that she's the only one in the video. It reminded me of the box with the pictures, and and you're unobtainium, but I love you anyway, and
But I think that this movie goes about it in a completely different way, because
it's better in this movie. But it's the only thing I hated about Love Actually, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize they took it from this.
Yeah.
They always talk about making a sequel to the Breakfast Club. I think a sequel to St. Elmo's would be great.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? At this point,
I got enough the first time, personally.
No.
Except it would be nice to see Andrew McCarthy again.
Oh, I want to
watch his documentary. You'll see him. Okay, so before we, if there's anything else, Jay, in your notes,
in the picture that the Andy McDowell's old, man takes of them at the car after Emilio. By the way, the kiss on Andy McDowell I thought was hilarious. I loved it. I don't know why. I thought it was great. But afterwards, you see the Polaroid that he took. Neither one of them are looking anywhere near the camera. They're it's like a senior photo where they're just looking out into nowhere.
It's perfectly.
It's very weird. Martin Balsam, Blake Clark, those were the highlights for me. And whenever Judd overreacts, I laugh. That's my note here. Whenever Judd overreacts, I laugh. Or overacts, I laugh. And then they close it in case you hadn't heard this song. Yeah, got it. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so before we get to our reviews, Scott, do you know about the app Letterboxd? Have you heard of Letterboxd?
No.
Okay, it's a movie cataloging and review app. You can just read other people's reviews. You can write your own reviews, and it just kind of catalogs all the movies you watch, and you can rate them on there. Mm-hmm. So for all the movies, I like to pull reviews from Letterboxd from users. So I have a few here for St. Elmo's Fire because, as I'm sure we'll get into, it is a both sides of the fence. People love this movie and they hate this movie. Okay, so Esme says, everyone's terrible and not in a funny way. Like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. 2 stars.
Nice. That's hilarious.
Coraline says,
I don't agree that they're all terrible. I don't agree with that, but I do like that. That's a good review. It's funny.
Coraline says, St. Elmo's characters ranked. Number 1, Andrew McCarthy, 4.5 stars. That's it. That's the only character they ranked.
That would have been mine.
Amelia says, I'm always fascinated by the sheer size of 2 fresh college graduates' apartments. 5 stars.
Oh man, no shit, right? Big time.
It's such a movie thing. Like even just recently, I went to go see the new film, The Drama, the Zendaya Robert Pattinson film.
Oh, is it good? Oh, I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, it's really great. I really enjoyed it. Great conversation starter. I'll put it that way if you haven't seen it. They live in the most amazing Boston apartment, and they're like 2 young people. It's just such a movie thing to like have these lavish places that people live in.
Of course.
Always.
I mean, like look at Seinfeld's apartment in the 90s. It's tiny, like the way, but he's a successful comedian. Then you look at Rachel and Monica's apartment 5 years later. They've got the biggest apartment, and they're both
exactly.
The waitress, the other one
in New York. Yeah.
I always use that one as an example. That place was ridiculous. It's as big as a loft, and it has 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, none of that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Ginny says The Breakfast Club's evil stepsister. 2 stars.
Agreed.
Max says, I like this one. Max says, a slasher movie, but the killer never shows up to kill the unlikable characters making incredibly poor choices. 2 stars.
Oh my God.
I don't like that person at all.
That's hilarious. I just like the creativity of that one. That one, they really thought that out. I like that. That's good.
L4MO says The Bar Friends Club. 3.5 stars.
Oh, clever.
And then this last one here, Elise says, genuinely cannot decide if I love it or hate it. Probably both. 2.5 stars.
Okay.
There's got to be like a St. Elmo's Fire disaster. You know, I mean, there's got to be something. There's got to be something more clever than the bartenders club or whatever the fuck they.
the bar friends club.
Bar friends club is rough. That's not the way you write a joke. But I still see what they were going for there.
Yeah. I think they're just trying to hit the F at breakfast. That's why they're doing the bar friends.
I'd rather be in the middle of a real fire than watch St. Elmo's fire.
Hey-o! Look out for this guy.
That is exactly what a letterboxed review is.
Okay. I'm gonna get on there and I'm gonna write back to each and every one of these people.
Yeah, you're wrong. Little Scott reviews.
They'll hear from me.
Scott's gonna get on there just to heckle. That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, ultimately, like it's both sides of the spectrum for this film. Jay, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I'd like you to go first.
Okay.
I like Scott too much to go first.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. I think that there is a lot going on in this movie, and I kind of agree with Ebert's review of like every scene is a climax, and it does feel that way.
And then
exactly that. That was somebody's review from another. What movie was that? Now was it last week?
Last week.
Oh, King Solomon's Mines. That's what it was. And then. So there is so much going on. It is like wild. There are some things in it that I think are like unbelievable. You know, like just I was talking Emilio or Kirby's character, like him like going after Dr. Dale it's kind of nuts. I don't know if everything that let's say in the screenplay, everything that Joel Schumacher sort of put in the screenplay, I don't know if it all works, but I like Joel Schumacher movies. And I've been saying this whole episode, I think he's a visionary and I like his campy style. I think that's what he brings to a movie. And it gets like so heightened when we start talking about the Batman movies. Those are those are Camp 101. Like that's exactly what he's doing with those comic book movies. And I think that there's elements of that in this sort of young people's story. So there was plenty in this movie that I loved. Lots of shots, lots of moments, lots of lines of dialogue. I don't know if the entire thing I would consider like a masterpiece. And to be like, I am comparing this with The Breakfast Club being one of my favorite movies. That being said, I'm going to give this 3 stars and a heart because there was enough in it that I enjoyed. And I'm excited to watch it again and like just kind of discover more nuance and more bits. Right. So yeah, I'm right in the middle. 3 stars and a heart because I had.
Is that 3 out of 3?
No, 3 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
Someone here said the sequel to Breakfast Club should be called Brunch. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's what.
Bad.
That's what they do at the end of this. Yeah, they start the sequel to Breakfast Club. They're the Brunch Club.
Exactly.
At the end of St. Elmo's Fire.
At Houlihan's. See you there.
What about you, Scott? What's your final thoughts on St. Elmo's Fire and your review out of 5 stars?
Just thinking of John Capellos from Breakfast Club, the janitor, but I'll tell you that off camera. What is my review of St. Elmo's Fire? Well, it's, when you look back on something that you liked as a kid, sometimes you'll watch it again and you're like, what? Like, is this the same movie I liked? But for St. Elmo's Fire, for me, like I said, I watched it not just as a kid, but I watched it as I got older. So I kept watching it. So it never really got old for me. It never I never looked back on it with, I haven't seen this movie in 25 years or like since I was little, like E.T. I remember watching.
There was never a gap.
There was never a gap. There was a good 30 years between my viewings of E.T. And I loved it. I almost cried again with those stupid flowers, Still
do. I watch it every year.
Big time. Every time. Yep.
But I remember when my friends were really into Breakfast Club, which I was, and 16 Candles, which I was, and Weird Science, 100%. Love Weird Science. Yeah, I love it.
1985. We're gonna do it on the show.
I think there's something about, because I really like like I mentioned, Reality Bites is a movie that I really love, and I was younger than the cast of Reality Bites when it came out. Right, they were all finishing college, finishing university. So I remember when that movie came out, I loved it so much. And I remember thinking how it's kind of similar to St. Elmo's, just people starting their lives. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So I think that's something that I must have liked as a kid. There's something that I liked about that. I remember I always wanted to be older. I wanted to go and experience these things. You know what I mean? And I love the way, it kind of ties into film locations. I love the way the university looked. I love and looking at that, and these guys, and they're driving around this amazing, which they graduated in the fall, which never made sense to me.
Yeah.
I was like, this movie takes place in the fall and winter, but they just graduate. Doesn't that happen in May? But I remember as a kid, but I always gravitated towards movies about that, about friends and stuff. That
it's supposed to be 4 months later, isn't it? It's supposed to be 4 months after.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. So then it checks.
Right.
It
checks.
Okay,
that checks. Yeah, it does say that or something. Yeah. So I think I've always liked movies about that, like very like groups of friends and how they interact, and especially like, just that sort of topic. And especially I like that as a kid. I wanted to be in it. I wanted to be with them. So really, I loved all the way they all looked, and then again, same with Reality Bites. Like the characters are older than me, but I wanted to be part of their friend group. I wanted, I had my own friends.
Right.
I'm still best friends with all my high school friends, but fuck them. I want to be friends with the Reality Bites crew. I want to be friends with the St. Elmo crew. Because we're in a text chain, me and my high school friends. But I give it. I would have to give it a 4 out of 5, but I don't know what I'm taking away the 1 from. I don't know why I'm not giving it a 5 out of 5. You know what I mean? I'm saying 4 out of 5, but really for me, it's a 5 out of 5. I don't have any problems with the movie.
Yeah,
I think there's silliness to it at times, but I love. Like I hear that, not the John Parr theme. I hear that love theme. When I hear that, I can start crying. I'm a big wuss.
Yeah,
so I just love the movie. And especially, I mean, I really, really always like. I remember one of my best friends loved Emilio Estevez. Thought he was the greatest actor in the world. And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, Rob Lowe is the best actor in the world. And so I really always
Andrew McCarthy.
I like them, but two of my favorite actors of all time are Rob Lowe and Demi Moore. So that geez, this movie get a 5 out of 5. Like I was
big time.
Like when I was a kid, I was like, I want to look like Rob Lowe. I want to be Rob Lowe. Like, come on, hey, what kid wouldn't want it? But I thought he was just amazing. And although for The Outsiders, which was the first movie I ever saw in the theater, Dally was who I wanted to be. But
is that Matt?
Who was that?
That's Matt Dillon.
Matt Dillon,
okay, yeah.
I think about that scene in The Outsiders when he's walking around with that gun and like pointing it in people's faces and like clicking the.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I ran around those streets of Tulsa.
I got goosebumps again just thinking about it.
He's doing that never seen. Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, so I guess because I love a lot of those actors. Like they mean something to me. Because I covered so many of their movies. I went and did the locations for them because they mean so much. So so like
you're invested.
Heavily invested. So I just look back at them and like I could watch Weird Science again. Like there's some movies. There's a lot of 80s movies that people hold dear to them.
This will be my first time seeing that once we do
it on
the show.
I'm always like I'm like, no, I don't need to see it again. I don't need to see it. I saw it enough times. I loved it. But then there's certain movies I'm just like.
But this one you go back to. Okay.
Yeah, St. Elmo's Fire.
It just must have hit you at that impressionable age, just that time. That's right. I got a half dozen of those for sure that I wouldn't recommend to anybody.
I remember my mother buying it for me on VHS, and I remember watching it with her once. I remember she would be like, "What the what does this kid love about this movie?" Because I would watch it over and over again. But who knows? There's something about it was very stylized, like we were talking about with the shots and the spray, the hairspray and the fire, and You know, he's got the Converse on, and she's looking hot. I don't know. Who knows?
Demi's apartment is very mod, you know, with the neon and all that shit. It's very cool.
Yeah,
I even like just all of them piled into that Jeep. Like it's
oh
like,
yeah, that was cool.
Like cartoon,
I love that,
right?
When I saw that location in real life, I almost lost my mind. Like when they're driving down that street, it's like crazy. And don't forget, I mean, she was in Blame It on Rio. Remember Demi Moore? She was in Blame It on Rio.
Forgot about that movie. Yeah, about that.
Yeah. Well, I saw that on like
Tubi.
Like cable when I was a kid. When I shouldn't have been seeing that movie because I didn't know what it was about. All I knew.
Oh yeah.
What you saw in it, and then I was like, "Oh my god, that's the same girl from Blame It on Rio. This is her in St. Elmo's Fire. I know what she looks like."
Was that one like Summer Lovers? Was that like a vacation throuple type of situation?
Yeah, okay. With the daughter of his best friend.
Oh shit!
It ain't good now.
I forgot about all that.
But it's Michael Caine. Come on, he's hard.
Michael Caine, right? Young, sexy Michael Caine. Sure.
Yeah, was he ever young? Was he ever young?
Isn't he young in that one?
Yeah, but he was old to me back then. I thought he was like a grandfather.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. But I only saw that movie recently. I didn't see it in the 80s.
Right?
Blame It on the Rio. I saw like 10 years ago.
Like Chet, Bill Paxton, sorry.
Yeah.
Chet, the older brother, he looked like to be 40 to me in that movie. But he's only supposed to be like 20 or 22. So it makes you think about when kids see like the three of us, or at least me and you, Jay, they probably think we're 70.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not far off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 In the 80s, but also when you look back at stuff in the 80s, if you follow Totally 80s Room, my friend Pete on Instagram, his page, he does a lot of good comparisons that shows like actors back in the 80s, how they looked, and goes, yeah, this actor was actually like Wilford Brimley was 50 when he filmed Cocoon.
49.
49. I talked about that today.
He turned 50 during production of Cocoon.
Right?
Dyed his mustache and hair to play with the actual senior
actors. They all
actors.
looked older back then. Everybody looked older. I guess it was all, the smoke.
So it's the cigarettes, yeah.
And the booze, cigarettes and whiskey,
drinking. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So everybody was dehydrated.
My review is 4 out of 5 with an asterisk for I don't know why it's not 5 out of 5.
If you want to give it 5, that I got no problems with that. But I will write down 4.
I will say though for music not like myself and a soundtrack not for myself. The soundtrack I only ever listened to the 3 songs.
Yeah.
And one of which I didn't discover until 20 years after. Like I only ever listened to Man Emotion and the Love Theme. I just kept skipping back and forth.
It's hilarious that there was an alternate the whole time.
Like, blah, nothing special.
But one of them you ended up wanting, and it was there the whole time.
Yeah, 20 years later.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I listen to it all the time now.
It's so good. I love it.
All right, Jay Ryan, your review of St. Elmo's Fire.
I can't say I enjoyed this movie. It was fine. It was fine. I mean, I've definitely enjoyed movies on this show less that I haven't seen before. This one I think maybe it wasn't what I don't know what I expected, but you're right, Scott, about the fact that I sort of in my mind, I think I thought it was a John Hughes movie. Or somehow was, his script, John Hughes' script at least.
Yeah, produced by, he did a lot of that stuff.
I don't know why the hell I thought that, but I genuinely did. So I had to disconnect.
I can give you 3 reasons: Judd Nelson, Emilio Estevez, Ali Sheedy.
Yeah, time period looks like it. The cover of it looks like a John Hughes movie.
Truth be told, that's probably what they were doing, right? They were probably like, if we have the 3 of these people on the poster, we're gonna get people thinking this is another John Hughes movie.
We'll just skim off the top. Yeah, that's true.
Hugh Johns, Hugh Johns film.
Pretty in Pink was the next year, right? 86.
Right?
But half the same people again, right?
Yeah. It's Andrew McCarthy and Molly Ringwald. Yeah.
Oh, it's just those 2. Well, anyway, so I don't know. It wasn't what I expected. It also, it tonally, I don't know. I think why I wanted to ask you this question earlier, Brandon, was because I think I wanted to know this earlier before all our conversations, but Scott has an emotional thing to this. So his opinion almost we have to take out of it. But you and me seeing this new,
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good movie? I don't think it's a good. I mean, it's not a bad movie, but like I wouldn't be like, you should see this movie because the story's great.
I would not say that it is a good movie, but I think that there's enough in it that makes it worth seeing.
Yeah, because I would agree with that.
I think a big point is even me not really knowing what this movie was about and coming into it. It did take me a bit to adjust. Now, the one thing I did know coming into this movie is that it is a Joel Schumacher film. And I knew kind of what to expect from what Joel Schumacher, the kind of films that he makes. So maybe there was a little bit more of like an acceptance of, because I do think that I think it's messy. And like I said, I agree with like everything is up here, the whole movie, right?
Let me ask you guys something. Sorry. Do you guys both love Lost Boys?
No, I don't really like Lost Boys.
Oh, well then my point is moot. Okay.
And but the reason I don't like Lost Boys is I
need to go no further with the question.
I don't like vampires. That's really the only reason.
Your Honor.
I don't either. That's so funny.
What I was going to say was my point.
Ironically,
Nicole would have loved you, Brandon. Nicole would have loved you. She couldn't stand that shit.
This is
well, now you're losing credibility rapidly.
Okay, but here's the reason I got this. I'll take this auction sticker off. I got this Dracula 4K set because I don't know if people know this.
That's Bela Lugosi. That's the original there.
This is the original 1931 Bela Lugosi Dracula, and people might not know
right around
this.
the corner.
So they shot 2 movies simultaneously on everything. So during the day, Bela Lugosi would come in and they would shoot Dracula, and then at night, a new crew would come in, and I don't know if it'll zoom in, but they shot a Spanish version of Dracula. And it's all the same sets, all the same costumes, everything, just in Spanish. And so it's different actors, but it's the same movie. It's more just kind of like an interesting film history thing. So I was like, okay, well, this has the original Dracula and it has the 1931 Spanish version. I have to see that. So
Jay, did you see Lost Boys as a kid, like back then when it came out?
I did. I mean, not in the theater, but like VHS and cable and
stuff. Yeah, like around that time period, right?
I was of the age of the Coreys at the time. So
that's my point. So, because I think certain, like almost maybe all 80s, even 90s movies, like, so when you think about St. Elmo's Fire, it's dated. So a lot of those movies, are, we say, because like Lost Boys,
I like the world it's living in.
I thought Lost Boys was a movie that like everybody liked, but my friend, the same friend that I was out with last night.
I'm sorry.
No, but he had never seen Lost Boys. So about 3 years ago, I said to him and his wife always write to me, like text me and say, "What should we watch tonight? What should we watch tonight?" And about 3 years ago, I said, Lost Boys, you've never seen it still? To my friend John, he's like, "Oh no, we'll finally watch it because they got they love movies." And the next day, they call me and they're like, "Oh my god, dude. That movie's horrible." I was like, "You don't like Lost Boys?" They're like, the special effects were so cheesy. It's so over the top. The act. And I was like, wow, I didn't know. So it's kind of like maybe with like a lot of 80s movies. Some people, when you watch them now, and even for people,
I think I owe Lost Boys a revisit. I will be honest.
Too. I do too. I'm not being fair to it.
People that are in their 20s and teens that will go back and watch 80s movies know that they're watching something from 40 years ago, that it's retro. But if people our age or a little younger, like Brandon, they go back, they remember those times. They're like, this movie sucks. But so I think those movies, like that's why Lost Boys has a musical about it on Broadway now, because it struck a chord with,
Oh yeah.
You're right that the time.
And the cast is like Kiefer Sutherland, right? Are the Coreys, like it's a huge movie. Yeah, it just never stuck for me. That's really what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I saw it then and I just didn't care. Like it never, it didn't stick with me. I didn't,
wild, yeah.
The problem with Santa Cruz, too many blood-sucking vampires or whatever he says. Like, okay, I get the joke. Moving on.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I love Goonies. I saw Goonies in the theater, I think 3 times.
5 times for me, but yep.
Yeah, I think, and saw it at Town and Country Theater, and I love it. And I've seen it 10, 15 times. I don't feel like I ever have to watch. I went and did the locations for it in 2019. So excited, so amazing, loved it. But I've never had the urge to put on the Goonies.
So that I so hear you, but as a so I loved it. Obviously, saw it so many times in the theater. But that one for me, it's the entire package is so good. You don't even have to like the movie because you can't. It's like you can't deny its quality, even if you don't get the sloth of it all and the like. Okay, that's as an adult, that's a little hard to buy.
There is a polarizing aspect to Goonies. People hate the Goonies.
For sure, but for me, it's the Spielberg of it all. It's that music. It's the Dick Donner direction. Like, to me, it's a masterpiece, even with its imperfections.
There is people who can't get over the fact that the kids yell and talk over each other.
Oh, for God's sakes, that's what kids do.
Exactly. That's why.
Are you serious? That's a gripe for Goonies?
Yeah,
I just did filming locations last month for a movie, for a big '80s movie that I had never seen, so I had to watch it. Because I was like, well, I'm going to watch it before I go do these locations. I'm not going to tell you what. I'll tell you off camera.
Okay.
So
you can't say.
Well, I can. I'm not that precious. But I want, I like my viewers to be surprised.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
I couldn't. 20 minutes in, I was like, shoot me in the head. Somebody stab me to death. I can't watch this movie anymore. And I turned it off and I read the plot. And I was like, I'm going with this.
Yeah.
I think I even said it during locations. I said, this movie doesn't age well. But it's one of the it's a huge age movies, and I never seen it. I couldn't get through it. I was like, oh my God, this is
Can't
awful.
wait to find out.
Yeah,
there have been a number where I have felt that way.
Make sure you're following. You subscribe to Scott on Tape on YouTube because that video is going to be dropping at some point.
Yeah, it'll be coming soon.
What you said is so relatable, though, Scott. We've had a number of movies on this show where I either didn't want to watch them or just it wasn't what I was expecting, or like you said, it was a blockbuster of the time I just didn't see for some reason. It missed me.
They're a chore to get through. It's just like, oh my God, just stop.
Yeah. Well,
are you waiting to know, Brandon? You want me to know? You want me to?
What's your number?
I'm trying. I hope this isn't unfair. I'm saying 2 stars because I don't do halves. This is a typical story where I'd go down the middle with a 2.5, but you and I don't do halves. So I can't give it a 3 because I just can't. I don't like it. There's so many other movies that all of these people are in that I would watch before this one. I'll probably never see it again. That song, I used to love that song growing up. I hope I never hear it again. That was way too many times in an hour and 45 minutes for one song. It was like it was playing the entire time. And I would pause it and make notes, so I'd back it up 15 seconds each time or whatever.
What it is, Jay, growing up, you don't see the writing on the wall. Passing by, moving straight ahead, you knew it all.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Yeah,
but when I was a kid, I played that song on the piano. I still could do it today. You know what I mean? So I know the song, but oh man, it was too many times in one. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, kill me now.
Yeah.
2 stars.
I mean,
it might deserve more. I just, there's other movies I'd watch.
That's completely fair because I truthfully think if there wasn't a number of things that I really was impressed by and really enjoyed, I think I'd be right there with you, because if I'm looking at it purely as analyzing the screenplay or the film itself, but it does give that extra star for me because there is things in it that I really did like.
And I should go out and just close with I don't not like this movie. I'm saying some kind of harsh things about it. It wasn't that bad. I sat through it. I totally enjoyed it. It was fine. I told you, there were parts of it I did like and enjoy. It didn't feel complete to me. I would say if you told me that this was rushed out to meet a release date or something like that, I would have bought it because I would be like, oh, another month in editorial and this could have been a great movie. But it didn't get that, and that's what it felt like to me, which is why I kept asking about, where it was in his biography, because it just didn't. It felt like an adolescent director's work. It didn't feel complete.
Yeah, and that's.
And fair. I'm sorry about the article. Although so that's the other thing. It's a product of his time, and that I think, Scott, was what you were saying earlier. You look at that article you put up with the cover, like the top is Ronald Reagan's, Ronald Reagan's right plan, right for America or whatever. Like I was alive and remember that time, and maybe like strife and up in the Ronald Reagan's great right hope. Like that was, by the way, that was the first time "Let's Make America Great Again" came around. It was literally the exact same campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I do know what the Ghostbusters America was when it was like everyone was having problems and everyone was down on their luck, and like I don't know, maybe that's where these kids are rich from Georgetown, and like even the ones without money have plenty of money. I don't know.
I think about it. You're watching a
product
movie
of his time.
40 years ago. Think about it. In 1985, you'd be looking, if we were doing a podcast then, we'd be doing a movie from 1945, and the article would be Roosevelt wins, or Trudeau,
totally,
or whoever the hell was our prime minister, John McDonald. I don't know.
In the 40s, Johnny McDonald. Yeah,
you're right. People are still taking barrels over Niagara Falls at that point.
That's insane. You think about kids watching St. Elmo's Fire now. That's 40 years old for them. But think of us in 1985. Brandon, you weren't alive probably, but Jay, you and I were alive. No. Think of us watching a movie from 1945. I was like, what are you talking about? If it's not made 78 or more, even those were old to me.
Yeah.
My dad made me watch all those movies, but I hated it. Now I'm grateful for it because I have the reference, but like at the time I hated it. I would have rather been watching this movie than that.
Yep. My father had them on all the time too. Yeah. Cool.
Well, I think that's completely fair. I think we've had a really great discussion about St. Elmo's Fire.
Usually I have a note to wrap it up above the stars. This one was EH.
I don't have anything.
That was it. At the end of the day, I didn't care about any of the characters, and that bummed me out because I kind of liked some of them, but even the ones I liked, I didn't care about. Yeah. I was pulling for Andrew McCarthy, but like I liked Judd Nelson in the beginning, didn't like him at the end. You know what I mean? Like it just.
Yeah.
Mayor Winningham, I wanted to pull for, but I didn't find her very likable.
Yeah, I think there's a lot going on in this movie. That's for sure. Next week we are going.
I'm excited for next week.
Yes, next week we are going to be joined by somebody that you know quite well, Jay. He is a time machine builder. I've never actually met him, but I know of him.
I've been friends with this guy for 20 years now.
Yeah, Danny Botkin. That's right. Danny Botkin is going to be joining us next week, and we are going to be talking about something appropriate to a time machine builder. It is the sequel to Robert Zemeckis' Romancing the Stone. We're talking Jewel of the Nile next week. This is just
John Wilder.
My double feature VHS 2-pack.
Nice.
Double feature, 2 movies for a special price. So, Robert Zemeckis did not direct Jewel of the Nile. We'll talk about all that, but it is the sequel to Romancing the Stone. Looking forward to that.
Danny DeVito's still in it, though, isn't he? If I recall.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It was Michael Douglas cosplaying Indiana Jones.
Yes, which will tie in. Last week we covered canon films. King Solomon's Mines.
A little more sexy stuff going on because my mother was like, maybe not for you.
With just Joan Wilder, yes, there was definitely some sexy stuff. Brandon, I know what you mean. And so he gave me 3 movies and he was like, oh, there's so many choices, this, that, and the other. And one of them was Weird Science. So I told him we were holding that for somebody. And then I said, but I have been dying to see Jewel of the Nile again because it just came up the other day. So that's how we landed on it. Yeah, I'm excited. Are you going to watch Romancing the Stone too? Just to
hell yeah.
Yeah, all right, I'll do the same. All
right. Thank you, Scott, for joining us. Thank you for all the work you do, keeping the fire alive, keeping it burning over there on the East Coast. Where can people find you on the internet?
Scott, you're here and you're coming to do the show next time. Next time you're in town.
So you have the set right behind you. That's crazy.
Yeah, living room.
Okay, so you'll tell me where you are and where you're located and all that. We'll figure it out.
No, you have to figure it out. That's the challenge. That's what makes it fun. You gotta find the location.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I'll find you. You can find me on YouTube under Scott on Tape. Instagram, Scott on Tape, and that's pretty much. I mean, Facebook, of course, Scott on Tape, but YouTube is my thing. That's what I do. I used to do a lot more filming locations than I do now, but I can tell you that I have about 10 coming over the next couple of months. So
wow.
I do a lot, cover everything, true crime, graves, celebrity stuff, but filming locations is something I love to do because I love movies. So I just filmed a whole bunch in the past 2 months, and I'm home in Toronto, and I'm exhausted, and I'm going to be out in LA in October.
Sweet. See you then.
Yeah.
Jay
Ryan, where can people find you?
Thank you, Brandon. Well, when I'm not over there in the playset, the late night playset, which you can follow if you like talk shows or podcasts about them. Porsche Life 111 is where I usually am on the Instagram. I haven't been on as much lately, but I'm trying to post more. I'm working on projects that have me going through old work photos, so I've been posting a lot of old stuff lately. Our conversation with Sharon Stone, or about Sharon Stone the other day, like I posted stuff. So it's kind of like new and old, I guess. But if you like cars in the LA area, Good Vibes Breakfast Club. And I want to keep doing this show with Brandon. So follow this show right here, A Blockbuster Year. We want to keep doing it. I really enjoy it. This is
Thank you, Brian.
I say it every time, but it's one of my highlights of my week, Brandon. I love doing the show with you.
The memory of Adam the Woo, great show. Steve on Tap, very funny.
Yes.
Thank you, Brian.
Steve on Tap.
Right on.
Sweet.
Yeah, Adam the Woo. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Still doesn't seem right.
We love him.
We love him so much. Please subscribe to A Blockbuster Year. We do this show live every Wednesday, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We have an Instagram and a Facebook, both under A Blockbuster Year. You can follow along there. If you're into movie cars or pop replica, all that kind of stuff, follow me, BC DeLorean, on Instagram. I'm almost ready to post an update on my Blockbuster video build. I'm going tomorrow to pick up some signs that I had made, and then I'm going to put them up, and I'm close to sort of unveiling it. So make sure you follow along there. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I can't wait to get up there and see you.
Yes. Anytime. YouTube.
And shout out to the Late Show, by the way. 30 something year, whatever, 1993 till now, and it's going off the air this week. So shout out to the Late Show.
Check in with old Stevie over on CBS.
Yeah, or Letterman on YouTube, wherever. Yeah. Steven's going to land on his feet, but I can't wait to see where it is and what it is. I can't wait to see what's next for him. It's going to be something awesome.
He's writing Lord of the Rings Hobbit project.
Yeah, which apparently is what he's always wanted to do.
It's the perfect thing for him.
Like a dream project.
Exactly. So, well, much love to Stephen Colbert and the Late Show. It's been a good run. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for being here with us live. Thank you for listening and watching the replay. We will see you next week with Danny Bodkin, and I lost my tape.
Oh, I'm excited.
Jewel of the Nile. We will be talking Kathleen Turner, Michael Douglas, and Danny DeVito, one of my faves.
Scott, I love you, man. Thank you so much for doing this. This was so fun.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
This was awesome.
That was fun. Thank you.
Brandon,
a classic 3.5 hour. This is the perfect Blockbuster Year podcast.
Dude, thanks for staying up so late. He's on the East Coast. This is crazy. Dude,
and you're going to go and watch Survivor after this, I'll bet. So
don't tell him. Yes, I'm going to watch Survivor now. Don't anybody say anything.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Good night, everybody.
We love you at home. Please
we love you. Thank you, Scott, for being here. We'll see you around. Take care. Bye.
You mean in the studio after?
Yeah, you'll be still.